Yeah, that was kind of funny going, the one description of, it kind of looks like the old oil cooler kids. And I was like, that looks like the Kmart version of the oil cooler.
Which version?
That's all I can think of.
Hey, guys!
Yeah.
So, something that I think we should, start doing is...
Just say, hi, everybody, we're live right now.
Yeah, and then announce who we all are every time, even though...
I thought we already did that.
We don't really actually...
Okay, well then...
Hey, everybody, I'm
introduce
Chris.
yourself.
I'm Brian, one leg.
Mike.
And I am Daniel. And we are...
Pints and Pistons.
That's us.
We've been doing this for 5 years.
5 ridiculous years.
5 wonky, car, beer-fueled, weird topic, JDM, European, Scandinavian-loving car...
Since we decided to
things.
basically
Someone
try
check
new
that.
beers and talk shit about cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yesterday was our actual anniversary.
But we weren't doing an episode
Who
yesterday.
wants to do an episode on Thursday?
No,
Who wants to do an
Fridays.
You know how,
Fridays.
the years fall and dates change by one day and that kind of BS?
I was gonna say, you should,
And works for major holidays, it'll work for us.
'cause it didn't
Right,
pop
the
up.
banks get those holidays.
Yeah, okay, we're good.
Yeah, we are working.
Everything's up and running, guys.
So
Everything's running and up.
So who would think that we would have consumed enough different beers, even counting the few that we've repeated, to the point where we need a list to keep track of them?
Not only a list, but a Google Doc.
Yeah, that we can all access.
That just
Yep.
means we're more modern, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so like I said, when I first started making the list, I was like, damn, this is getting confusing. I started doing an email list before each episode. It's like, all right, we're getting beer this week. This is what we've had.
Oh,
And that just
Mine needs to come out of the freezer.
and that didn't work out so well because it was like, trying to download this or send this to this email and this and that. Finally, it was like, wait a minute, we can do a Google Doc. Let's see if we can all access it. And I,
Want to start with a beer right away?
sure,
Sure.
I'm good. Whichever one you
Mine
want.
out of the fridge either way.
Yeah, whichever you want. But yeah, so I came up with Google Doc, and turns out it worked out so we can all view it from anywhere. So when we're all beer hunting, we have a list to go by now.
Yeah.
And there's been all too many times, I think for all of us now, where it's like, that one looks pretty good. Oh yeah, that one was pretty good. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
it's funny how that happens too
Let me
sometimes.
get glasses.
I was getting them, but okay.
Well, you
Oh.
can help me, Chris.
Okay, I come help.
Oh,
So,
baby.
just for clarity, I did pick up a beer tonight that had a 50-50 chance of being absolute trash water.
Is that the one you got?
No, this is the one Chris got from his last pilgrimage to
Is that a
Gainesville.
Volkswagen? Is that a 21 window on it?
Or 23. It's
Or
a 21.
23?
It's a 21 or a 23. It's freaking cool.
What an amazing choice, though.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry to
it's
interrupt
got the
you on
back,
that,
too. Yeah, how freaking cool is
That's
that?
no, seriously, because
This
I know
one's
there's
worth it
no,
just for the box art.
Yeah, I know there's no true Volkswagen emblem on it, but we all know it is. And
Yeah.
being that they selected something more than just a regular panel or a 6 window,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
or even a newer Westie. I mean, they did pick up something cool. So
That's
anyway, as I was
so
saying,
cool.
I did pick up a
Sorry.
beer that had a 50% chance of being trash water. But turns out it was one of those reduced gluten beers, and because of my gut issues and potentially with Mike, I decided that the enzyme in it wasn't something I trusted, so I did bring it for the boys to try if they want to, but we're not doing it on the show. But I brought something else instead, and it's not this.
Thank you. Oh, see it on the can too. 7.2.
And it got good and cold. Good.
Yes,
do you
it
want
did.
Do you want to read this in, Chris, or would you like one of us to, or
I'll read it in if you
read
don't
it on
mind.
in, baby girl?
Moving
Let's hear it.
on over.
I'm loving the cans and everything, and the
Ins-
artwork.
Inspired by the majestic drive-through chandelier giant sequoia tree, our drive-through red ale is layered with a rich malty bottle and
Okay.
body and dry hop
Okay.
with noble Tenang hops.
Head warning.
Brewed and canned by Joseph Brow Brewing Company, San Jose, California. That
Yep.
makes me a little worried.
Head warning. Head
It
warning.
was brewed in California.
We've had some brewery counted for it. We're pretty damn good. Like the
Oh wow!
Yeah, head warning.
Oh wow!
Head warning.
This
yeah,
is
like
a-
that
Mike
orange,
fucking
like
nailed
like
it,
the
though.
orange strawberry mimosa we had at Pine Street the other night.
I'm keeping this can. I want it.
I failed miserably. This is gonna take a second.
Yeah. Chris hit it hard.
I didn't mean to. I poured side
No,
pour
you could-
and
Pour-
it-
Hey, I'm doing better than me and Mike win. Mike wins.
Oh, it's going over on the back.
Did?
Hey,
Damn.
yeah.
Mike's got first place.
Hey,
I got
for
second.
once, I did not fuck it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
five.
I fucked it up bad.
Whoa!
Put 'em
Half a
up.
can of foam, or
Mike.
half a cup of foam right there.
Whoa!
Oh, you got the chat pulled up?
Oh, Brian still had more.
Old School says congrats on the 5 years.
Thank
Yeah, I
you,
got
Mike.
Says what up?
Yeah, I got
TSP for
a
life.
little anxious towards the end of the pour there.
Look at the color on that though.
I-
Wait a
it's
minute.
beau- It almost looks like a fucking.
Okay,
box,
I'm looking
doesn't
at my
it?
coaster. I've lost an extremely tiny.
No, but it
Minuscule.
did. It came over the back. It did.
Oh, I
It
don't.
did.
I don't doubt that
did.
it did because I can see the glass leaning that way.
Spelling it though.
But I lost very little, so I'm okay with this.
Oh, fair enough. But doesn't the color? It looks like a Bach, doesn't it?
Kinda.
Do we have a sniff? Or
It looks like a
Chris,
Bach or a.
Chris might have to wait, but me and you, we can smell ours, Mike, like
Ooh.
in depth, actually.
Ooh, that's got a nice nose on it.
Oh it
No,
does, actually.
you know what the nose reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Playa Linda, the Robinut Red,
Oh shit.
because that did have a little bit more of the hoppiness to it than the other ones.
You're not wrong, man. So before we jump into this, since
Chris,
Chris is still foaming.
You might have stumbled onto something fantastic here. We shall see.
Oh, look at that. That's actually a beautiful foam right there. I want to start with the
That
car
is very
spot.
pretty.
And unfortunately, I can't remember the complete name of the Toyota I car spotted, but I also ended up meeting the individual who owned it, which was cool. So on a Walmart trip the other day, I'm walking in and I see this Toyota, and it says U.S. mail on it, but I noticed this is not an average Toyota. It almost looks like a Hi-Ace.
Was it white?
No.
Because I was silver. Because I saw a white one delivering mail in Beverly Hills.
You know the greenish beige the Camrys came in?
Yeah.
It was that with a dark beige stripe on the bottom. And I thought it was a high ace, and I got closer, it looked like a light ace. And unfortunately, like I said, the actual submodel name is not coming to me. It's Granvia or Cranvia or something like that. And I'm walking around this thing. It has the JDM backup mirrors, the marker lights still on it,
Bless
and
you.
it has the 2 front seats, and the rest of the van
Bless
is
you.
freaking gutted. And
Ooh.
it's a U.S. mail van, and it says U.S. mail on it, and I'm just geeking. It had the 2.7 inline 6. It's like the, what do you say, the 4GRZ or something like that. I'm looking at the guy comes out, and I'm like, and I'm just exclaiming to myself, just how we get
Yeah,
that by
yeah.
ourselves. Like, this is a fucking sweet van. He goes, "Oh, you like my van, bro?" And I'm like, and I'm like,
And
"Yeah."
I could see
Like,
you making that exact face to him,
I'm like,
too.
"This is your van?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I love it." And he's like, "Yeah, it's based off the Light Ace chassis."
You mean that?
That's the one?
Listen,
That's it.
I saw it in Denellen.
That's the guy. Yes, that's the exact one. Oh, sorry, you just made me so happy. Yeah, I met the guy.
I know your voice echoes through
It
the
did.
neighborhood.
Oh my god.
My neighbors are now
hold on.
going.
All
"Who's
right,
the
hold on,
one?"
hang on. Yeah, you just triggered a coyote.
That's why we call.
Okay.
That's why they call me Squirrely Danner, right?
And with no further ado, I want to
Cheers.
try this
Hey,
beer.
gentlemen, to 5 years.
5 years.
And many, many
5
more,
more.
gentlemen. Many,
How?
many more.
I don't know, but we did.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
So I'm
Oh,
curious for that.
my.
So
Whoa, what's going on there?
Okay, so this is not quite in line with Playa Linda's
No.
Robinut Red that I was thinking, but
no,
this
but
is
it's
What is that? On the end, right? And then dry.
it is dry. I'm guessing that's the dry hop part of it.
Yeah.
But like, what's that flavor?
I don't know.
Oh, it's almost nutty.
But this is more.
I know,
This
I'm
is a lot
trying to-
closer. This is a lot closer to a Bach than what we're typically having
I
as
will
a red
agree with
ale.
hopefully I don't break down the house.
It'll be funny to watch
I'm
again.
gonna say Shiner
Yeah, there's
Bach was the
definitely
only
a,
one that I
a
ever
nut
done that
flavor
to.
at the end of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I gotta go back in. No.
Out of over 200 and something beers, Shiner Bach is the one that I'm not allowed to have anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, what is? Oh my god, it's delicious. But like,
I
wanna know what it
can't
is.
get that. It's right there at the end. It's right there
that's
at the
some
end.
delicious.
And
That's like a good, honestly, a pub beer. Because you think of the pub atmosphere with
almost
beer
has a
nuts
spice.
and beer.
Almost has a spice at the end.
It's
Like,
like if,
not
it's like
pepper,
if you
but
took
like
yeah, it's like if you took pub nuts and tossed them
Yeah.
in a freaking beer.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
It's very good though.
I do like the dryness though.
I
do like that dryness.
I think the only reason the dryness is good is because it's complemented by the nuts.
At that point, it almost makes
These
it,
nuts?
It almost makes it like a really good gin type deal. Of like the really good flavor, all that
That's
dryness.
It is
Yeah,
good, though.
like that. No, that's a fantastic sipping beer.
It really is a good beer. So
This is interesting.
That
I
was
like
really
it.
good.
I mean, I do like it. It's just, like I said,
I
when I
can't
first
get
had the
that last
smell, I was
note.
thinking the Playa Linda
Right.
Robinout that we did way back when.
What is that last note? What is
I
that?
think that's the malt.
Possibly.
Like that's the caramel malt that they put in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
no,
I
that could
think
be
that's
that.
probably the end. It's like nuts and it rolls into that.
Yeah.
But it's tasty.
Almost like a walnut finish.
Not
Yeah.
like not like salty nuts.
No, but like seriously, it's like a walnut finish on it, and
Dan's got these nuts on the brain.
It won't go away either. It's stuck in his head.
Oh gosh, it's delicious though. So
like the beer or
car
nuts.
the nuts. Car.
Oh,
So-
these things
hey,
are pretty different.
I was about to
Sunset
say
is-
hint on how that
Yeah.
Look at the sky outside.
Right.
It's
So, I mean,
amazing.
it was, okay, granted, this was at a car meet. It was one that I had not been to before, but I had never seen so many skylines in one place at one time.
I saw more pictures.
5 R32s, an R33. One of the R32s was multicolored shitbox with an LS swap, which kind of hurt me in the feels. The other 4 were legit GTRs. The R33 was a GT25T with an RB25 Neo.
Ooh.
They were in good shape. There was the Harlequin Polo was down there. That was imported from Belgium last year.
Oh.
Did you see the silver FD with the parachute on it?
Yes. There was, dude, there were so many cars with big turbos and parachutes hanging.
Also, his headlight doesn't work.
Don't
There
worry,
was, and the one that tweaked Mike's interest the hardest, and it really tweaked mine when I saw it, was a
Yeah, so-
1986 Ford Escort R5 Turbo.
That thing-
That was, and it was
gorgeous.
left-hand drive, so that was a European. That one probably came from Germany or Austria.
It was
or,
beautiful.
And you said-
I
and
saw
and the thing was,
that,
in, thing was
like,
in no, dude, Mike, this thing was in amazing
And
condition.
you said that was like not revealing exact locations, but the Hill of Springing,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Would it be at the
Well-
place that they call the Four Corners Supermarket?
No. So this was
Not
actually
Four
this was south of Brooksville.
It was at the
east
Bullseye.
east of Spring Hills,
It was
and
at
this
the
was
Bullseye.
this was the
Oh,
red and white store.
Over,
Yeah, the
okay.
Bullseye.
But-
Yeah, this was the
yeah,
red-
where-
yeah, this
where the
was the-
split.
Yep.
this
Okay,
was the
okay.
store where Board
Bullseyes.
House this was the
Okay.
store where Board Housewives makes all their TikToks at.
Okay.
But like I said, it
I
was
have to write
there
out
was
to that.
dude there was so many cars. Like I
But-
said, so many
but-
big turbo
but
cars,
biggest
so many
thing,
parachutes.
How was the etiquette though? Because
For the most part-
that's
okay.
how a lot of that
Okay,
years
so-
ago got shut down.
Okay, so for the most part, the etiquette was fine.
You
There
always
was
have-
on
you
the
always
other
have.
side of the parking lot. There was a group of trucks that showed, like big trucks that showed up.
It's like the Ocala meets.
You don't got to say nothing else. We
And
already know where you're going.
they were
from
going,
there.
and like I said, they would fire up and they would just do revs, bounce off rev limiter revs and stuff like that. Couple of people over on the actual car meet side would do it, but people would typically shut them down pretty quick. And as I was leaving, there was a couple of Hernando County deputies that kind of rolled up that were just sort of checking it out. And as I rolled by them, I even told them, I'm like, hey, I said, all the noise complaints, go to that end of the parking lot, go where the trucks are. And that's what everybody else was saying too. But it was actually nice. They had a food vendor on site,
Oh,
which we
that's-
didn't know until we got down there.
Yeah.
And I can say this wholeheartedly: all of the young kids that are supposed into the vehicles and stuff that are bringing this whole thing up, no, you're not. You're not. You all just need to stop.
Are
Stop.
you gatekeeping?
I'm hard at gatekeeping right now, and all the kids.
I
we're
can-
gonna bring the car meet back.
They have the squatted trucks generally, or lifted trucks with too big of wheels and super low profile tires and the
Yeah,
lights and stuff.
That was
and,
a whole section.
and
There was a whole section of those on
they
the other,
all wear
like
flat
complete,
bill hats,
like they were on
and
a.
they all
were,
do this.
Yeah, they were all over a section to themselves. But
any car that has if a car came by that somebody stole a cat off of that morning and the man's having the worst day of his life to work, they'd be on the corner going,
yeah,
But remember when we did that to a 1.8 liter turbo Passat though?
we weren't like them. In the slightest, we were not like that.
they say they're not.
Right. That's
I
kind of
thought I
cool.
heard a flat 4.
That's kind of cool.
That
Okay.
was kind of cool.
Volkswagen Trike.
But no, like I said, as far as I know, nothing actually happened. I think, like I said, deputies just showed up. But
No, that's
like I
fair.
said, but
It
then, like I
happens.
said, me and a couple other people were also where Russ was down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Really?
Yeah, Russ was down there.
I
Dave Gar-
saw Mike was down there
yeah.
with his GT.
Yeah, I saw his
500 and all that.
GT500, and so yeah, I got to see Mike and Tammy, which
He
is
said
cool.
we can drive it.
Yes, he did. He told me because I told him I was like, that thing's only got 2 pedals. He's like, next time I come up there, you can take it for
I
a
was
rip.
gonna
I'm
say
like,
he told us.
fuck
He
yeah.
told us that he'll let us drive it.
so,
So,
fuck yeah, I'd love to get it behind
he,
the wheel.
he just got it back this afternoon.
Okay.
Just
Oh.
got it back this afternoon.
And remember his red convertible?
Yeah,
It was also there.
the lady died.
Okay, but his old red
Yeah,
convertible was there.
it's
That
the,
took a dark turn.
no, well, no. Seriously, it was a husband.
Oh,
and
later
wife.
on, we'll get to a little bit of a dark
No,
turn.
it was a husband and wife that bought it, and they already had one Mustang, and they bought his, which really nice 08 convertible and all that. A lot of work done. Really nice, like tasteful stuff.
Yeah,
done
sounded
to it.
good. I mean,
Had-
they gaudied it up a little bit.
But it had actually had cams on it and all that.
Oh yeah,
um,
he did the Ford Racing hot rod cams, and,
it
that thing sounded so
really good.
nasty.
That
It
was
sounded
a
beautiful.
really good sounding 3-valve and that. But and she loved the car. Loved the car. Went to every car show she could go to and all that. But last month she passed away, so it's now just a husband.
Well,
with
the car
it
was
and all
there.
that, yeah.
Because I walked by like 2 rows over and I saw it, I was like, holy shit, that's Mike Logan's old
Yeah.
car.
At least he's going out now.
Oh,
But
yeah,
there
no,
was-
and that's the thing. He's still going out and all that. But yeah, no, she loved that car.
And it was kind of funny because the guy with the Polo was he was walking back to his car, and so me and Ed were a different Ed, not your guys' Ed, but our Ed.
Yeah.
We were walking up to the car, and it was like, what the hell is that multicolored thing? I'm like, ooh, Harlequin. And I looked again, I was like, holy shit, that's not a Golf, that's a Polo.
Oh,
And as I'm walking up to it, the guy was like, you actually know it's a Polo? I'm like, of course, who doesn't?
we can officially make it a thing if you want, and I'll do this on stream even. So your Ed's tall Ed, our Ed's short Ed.
Oh, my
From
Ed's...
now on.
well,
He ain't tall Ed.
No, we have a tall Ed.
Yeah, we do have a
You have a
tall
tall
Ed.
Ed?
That's
We also
tall as,
have-
like it's 6
We,
foot something.
but we all have,
Italian Ed
but we
then?
also have special ed. But one particular person calling him special ed made it to where he didn't really want to be called special ed just generally. Like it's okay for a few of us, so we just call Ed Ed. He's our Ed. Yes, you have your Ed, we have our Ed, plus we also have a tall Ed.
So anyway, other car news things. A certain manufacturer that Chris and I have a lot of experience with, called Kia, is coming out with a new model this year.
Really?
Yeah, we got all the promotional stuff, but
This is a Rio,
unrelated
isn't it?
thing. Like I said to you, like minimal effort kind of deal. I don't care. I don't know who needs it. I looked at it, but I left it sitting on the floor. So anyway,
What's
Ooh,
it
there
called?
we go.
It's called the Rio.
GT. No, I would, dude. No, I couldn't. That would make me so jealous and happy. But no, this year we're dropping and when I say this year, I mean in the next 6 months, the EV9.
Don't you already got the EV9?
No, we have an EV6.
Ah.
So this one, Chris, is if you took a Telluride.
3 more EVs.
Oh, the Telluride EV.
I was gonna say if you took a Telluride and you fucked a Sportage and then spawned out an EV6 Telluride, that's what it is.
It's an EV Telluride.
So that's
So basically,
It's a
it's
big
got 3 more EVs.
hey, they're boasting though, for Kia standards, mind you, and just ignore the price because the price is gonna be convoluted no matter where you go. But for Kia standards, we're boasting a 300-mile range
Ooh.
with a 3-row full-size SUV. That's actually
That's not bad.
no, and
That's not bad.
like opening gate is 400 horsepower, and you can get one that has 600.
Dang.
Well, that is one way to solve the detonating engine problem.
Yeah.
Just
Kia,
remove it.
I'm sure that Kia is excited to move into EV because, well, their internal combustion engines just
I didn't
combust.
expect you to whip that out. That was great.
That's what
That
she
was
said.
He's not wrong. That's why I'm not laughing. It's not even funny. It's just serious.
And no, at this point it is funny, to be honest.
You're welcome, Dan.
Oh my god.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
I will say though, the Ioniq 5, Every time I see one on the road, I just think those things are.
Yeah, they do.
I'm
they
like,
look
I'm
really
like,
good.
I'm-
Hyundai's dominating it when
Yeah.
it comes to that.
I'm not an SUV guy. I'm not a big EV guy. I've driven a couple of them, and if given the opportunity, I will drive every one that someone wants to toss me the key fob
Have
to.
you seen the blue one?
Yes.
I haven't seen the blue one. The one I saw last was white with the titanium trim on it.
All right,
No.
I've seen that one. I've seen a blue one too on 44.
Yep.
Not that. It. Oh,
It looks good.
it
It's-
does.
And if
It's
they
those
made
headlights.
all, yeah.
And the
It is,
taillights.
yep.
Those pixelated lights are just, just.
and
But it's not only that. It's not only that. It's everything else around it works with that design.
Right, their
Well,
design is.
well,
There's
Wait,
not
good
because there's nothing straight. It's
But
the
it's
thing's
one of
not 100% all crisp straight lines and angles. There are some slight curves and bends in the roof line and
but
in the belt
they
line.
have the black trim molding behind that follows it, and it makes it just look like a solid shadow.
and it
And
makes
with
it
lights
makes
floating.
it look
The-
not like every other CUV out there.
The
Like,
hilarious thing is when you compare it to the EV6, go actually closely look at an EV6. Somebody in that design department really liked lines.
Yes.
Because it's a smoothed over car. So they were like, this is too smooth. We're going to put some lines here.
And it's got
and we're going to put some
aggressive ass
lines
fucking
here.
lines.
And we're going to put lines here and here.
It's
And they make the lines into moldings.
They made it like
Like-
1984 Miami.
Like all
lines
these
everywhere.
little like V's and cuts and weird shapes all over it.
They really like Miami
well,
Vice.
don't
Well,
make sense.
You know what they did, right? So remember how they
Miami
they-
Vice was all about pastels, sport jackets, loafers with no shoes,
And Coke.
lots of Coke.
Exactly. Lines everywhere.
But then, like I said, the car with lines was the Testarossa, and all those lines were going in the same direction.
But
Right.
you remember how like Hyundai, before even the EV6 came as like a thought, Hyundai teased, and then eventually I think it was last year we got the drive that in like the one that looked like a DeLorean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Envision, that was
Yeah.
actually a throwback to an old Giugiaro
So-
concept.
After
Pony.
Yeah.
we got that, then we got the EV6 and the Ioniq.
And the Ioniq took a lot of the styling cues from that.
Or the
EV6
overall
did.
the overall aesthetic of it, with the
Yes.
pixelated lights and straight lines and
Those
everything else.
pixelated lights are just, that's just the chef's kiss for me.
Hey, tell them if he donates $20, he'll get the story live right now.
Someone already on TikTok asked for it's like leg story $20. Holy shit!
Venmo me
that's a list.
$20, I'll tell you.
Right now, live, like literally right now.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, we got the EV9 coming, which unfortunate at the same place that Chris and I have all the Kia knowledge from. We haven't even got a true EV6 GT yet.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
And
All
by
of
the
ours
way-
have been wind models.
Him and I would be all over talking about that if we got one to drive it, because I would drive it, you would drive it.
I would
obviously,
drive it.
and we still haven't got one.
Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, I'm not a big EV guy at all.
Hey, but not for nothing. The winds,
But-
though, they do scoot.
But
They
again,
do scoot.
like I said, throw me the keys to anything, and I will, at the very least, try to drive it. I mean, like I said, I've driven the Tesla and the Lightning. I still want to drive the Leaf.
Ooh.
I still want to drive the Mach-E, even though I disagree with its naming. I want to drive the.
I drove a
Ioniq.
Mach-E, and God's honest truth, that fucker moved.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, throw me the keys. I'll drive anything once.
Right.
Oh, I really hope this guy fucking pops in there and fucking donates us $20. Sorry, someone commented on the video. Holy shit, leg story $20. That's awesome.
Send me the $20.
Yeah.
I will give you a leg story.
Hey, what about the new Euro Market Skyline?
Euro Market Skyline. Because the last thing I heard about Skyline, it's basically the
Gonna be
it's the
electric.
Q50. It's the
Oh.
Q50.
Yeah.
And they're going to probably put it on an electric CUV that's based off the Nissan Aria.
They have a Nismo version.
Of the SUV.
Of the SUV.
No, the car. And they have a
Wait a
base
minute,
model
no,
too.
I did see something about that.
Yeah.
It's,
And it's literally the it's. I honestly don't.
yeah,
know
because
what
it's basically it's a Q50.
Well, is that the sedan though, or is
Yeah.
that okay? So yeah, it's a Q50, and literally the grille is the exact same, but it just has a Nissan emblem pasted there, and then it's a Skyline on the trunk.
Good effort. Good effort.
Hey,
Good effort.
talk
You
about-
get a 2-liter turbo though, okay?
Good effort.
Talk
Good
about-
effort.
So wait a minute, because the Q50 that's the sedan. That's the twin turbo 3-liter. That's the same as the Z. So as far as so what I understood was that at least for Japan, the Nismo version of that Skyline was
it gets that.
it wasn't a lot of, it was only a couple of horsepower or something like that, but it was mainly like wheel suspension and just
Yeah,
appearance package.
In the Nismo package, you get the V6 twin turbo, and the base model you get the 2-liter turbo. But like I said,
well, everybody.
It's not even no lights, no nothing, no bumper changes. It's literally the grille and the rear emblems. The grille is straight slotted, and then it says Nissan. And the hatch has Skyline, the trunk says Skyline with the Nissan instead of the Infinity. With the, there's no distinguishable differences other than that.
And the steering wheel on the other side.
Yeah, but still, like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Piss poor.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Really
I hope it's a horrible sales flop.
I do.
But here's the thing.
How dare you put that name on that car?
Exactly.
Wait a minute. No.
Well, they did.
Four-door Skylines, the original Skyline, the Prince Motor Skyline, was a four-door sedan.
That's fine.
And when Nissan acquired Prince, as they were,
Don't talk about that era.
they were encouraged by the Japanese government to acquire Prince Motors, and so the first Nissan Skyline there was the two-door coupe, there was with the 4-cylinder, there's the two-door GT, gold badge, 6-cylinder, two-door or blue badge, two-door GTS/GTX with the gold badge,
I thought he was going to bring up
GTR with the red badge, but they also had sedans, and they pretty much had Skyline sedans all the way through.
I'm not saying that it shouldn't be a 4.
And then you hit 05.
No, why are you doing it?
Listen, I'm not saying it shouldn't be a 4-door. I'm saying
Yes.
that badge is holy. That badge requires a certain amount of hubris.
But they did it
be put-
before, though. That's the problem.
I'm not saying that they didn't do it before. I'm saying to call something a Skyline, you don't slap a Skyline badge on
It's fucked, isn't it? Isn't it bad?
another car
Isn't
and
it
call it a
bad?
Skyline.
Look, my friend has one. Look. You see
I know.
That? You see that?
I'm
Let's
aware.
See. Do you see that?
Let's see.
It's a Skyline.
It is.
But
You're not wrong.
why did they do that to us? And they're doing it again, Chris. Why?
I know.
Why?
And
Because
still, and
Nissan
still,
hates its customers.
and
guess
still,
they
and
do.
still no new GTR.
Well, have you ever driven a
Listen.
Nissan?
Yes.
You're pretty much, you get in a Nissan and you're like, yeah,
They ain't no
yeah,
thing
they
for no
hated
reason,
me.
right?
They hated me a lot.
Hey, there's a reason Big Ultima Energy exists.
Well, and no,
Hey,
it's like
no.
it's like I've said before.
Listen, when you're in a Nissan Altima, I understand why you're driving so angry. I would be angry too. I'm driving a Nissan. This
With
is
a
awful.
CVT. With a
hold on,
CVT.
brand new 04 Nissan Altima. My mom's bought brand new sunroof, fully loaded, all that, except we went with cloth instead of leather. On the way home, they're like, here's $20, put it through the car wash. This is the car wash that we use. The weather stripping for the fucking sunroof fucking half of it flew off, and the rest of the way home, scratched the fucking roof. They didn't do anything about it. We literally had to pull it off an RTV around the sunroof.
A brand new car.
Brand new. Sunroof never opened after
have
that.
you
Like I said, my
guys-
folks have had 3 Ultimas now. Had the 06, traded it for the 13. The 13,
Like that one.
That Ultima right there.
Like that one.
the 13 got totaled, so it was replaced with a 15 that was identical to it.
Ultima status.
And it's got 115,000 miles on it now, and other than replacing battery terminal and the rear bearing hubs, other than that, it's just been
Then
consumables.
regular maintenance, yeah.
Just maintenance and consumables. That's all that thing has had. Even with the CVT, it works. It's a car. It does car
I gotta
things.
say that
But that fucking CVT, that's why Nissan Altima drivers are the idiots and maniacs and assholes that they are. Always leave the insane motorist alone. Just saying.
now I have to say that
I feel like
04
when
that
people
we
do a
had,
lawsuit about that.
it still had a regular 4-speed automatic and all that. But when
Yeah,
that
the 06 had a 5-speed auto, and
when
then the
that
13
got,
had
when
the
that got
CVT.
traded in, and it had the 2.54 cylinder.
That's what ours had.
QR25D.
That's what ours has now.
When that got traded in, how many miles do you think it had on it?
A couple 100,000.
It had 267,000 miles on it, and still ran like a champ. The only reason why I was
I'm not
wanting
saying that
something newer.
mechanically they're not sound cars. I am saying when
Oh,
you
the rest
get
of the car
in,
fell apart.
when
The
you
rest
get
of
in
the
a
thing fell
Nissan,
apart.
like Nissan
That's
with
the
like
thing,
30,000 miles, and like the plastics of the interior,
Are
just
gone.
where you've touched them,
Yep.
are just wearing away.
And that's the
not
thing. they're-
not breaking, but
that's the thing,
literally
wearing.
wearing
Yeah, that's a-
through.
The only issue I have with the interior bars that hasn't held up is the very top of the steering wheel. You can twist it. You can feel that it's come
And that's floor,
Uh-huh.
that's
to the
floor
steel
heat
frame.
with it,
That's
yeah.
the only thing. Everything else in the
Okay,
interior,
so Dan, Dan has a
no,
floor.
you're good.
the door cards have worn perfectly. The armrests have worn perfectly. The seats have held up. Like there's like literally nothing wrong with the car. It just works.
My thing's mainly the GTR thing still.
Yeah. The
Because,
fact that we've had
that-
the same car since
yeah.
what, 06?
Have you guys,
Right.
have you guys
Nine.
seen the new 2010 GTR? You know the guys, it's the new 2011 GTR. Hey guys, we have the new 2012 GTR. Oh, hey guys, we have the new 2014 GTR. Hey
It's
guys, we got the new
2020
2017
GTR.
GTR, guys. Hey, we got the new 2020 GTR, guys. Black edition. like,
It has a
It's-
new black logo on the front.
And you know what's
extra
bad?
$20,000.
And any company that would be willing and excited to excrete the Nissan Juke into existence
I have to say, I
just
do like
deserves my disdain.
the Nismo version of that. God, that was a fucking weird car, but god damn it was.
there,
Damn.
hey, there is actually a guy.
Could put
Weird-
a GTR
weird
motor
sneezer
in
thing.
it.
No,
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 yeah.
no, not talking about
Time.
him. Up north. I want to say he lives in
Asshole County?
Minnesota.
Asshole County?
You
He's-
betcha.
He's got a Juke Nismo, but it has the QR25 out of the Ultima with a turbo, and he's running low tens.
That's impressive. Still ugly as sin.
God, it looks like a
It
fucking
doesn't
spider.
change the fact that the car is just the
Ugly.
It looks
weirdest,
like a fucking
ugliest
spider.
fucking
Look,
car.
on your little multimedia
Mike,
center, you got a boost gauge.
Do not
a digital
disrespect
boost
spiders
gauge.
like that.
Okay, sure.
You got a digital boost gauge. Like, you had your
Did the car
Nismo.
even have boost?
Yeah, the Nismo.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a 1.6 turbo, and you had flappy paddles, and you had
Here's a boost gauge. You're not very aspirated. It's just a vacuum
No,
gauge.
But but that's the thing. It's one of those. So it's a shitty, like 25 FPS screen, and you have like a bar on a gauge that goes. Like you're making boost.
It has four blocks.
And no numbers.
Hold
and
on,
no
hold on,
numbers.
hold on.
It's,
So, like, your
it's a
boost gauge.
Focus ST.
No, mine's an actual.
Yeah, mine has numbers too.
I
So
was
we're
gonna
just
say,
hating on
yours
each
has
other.
like a.
It's bars,
do
but
the
mine
same
has
thing.
numbers. This one had no numbers. It's
Okay.
So it's the equivalent of the external security locks on Fords that acted like they were 10 numbers, but they were really only 5.
Yes.
No, like more like the ignition switches on Kias and Hyundais.
Hold on, if we're gonna rip on that for a second, I want to rip on that for a second.
Do it.
The,
I had a car
Do
with
it,
one, I had a car with
Ford-
one of those. Yeah, there
the
was,
Ford passive entry system
Oh, I
in
got the damn pink code.
2021. It is this like
it's not even built into the door handle
listen,
anymore.
yeah,
It's like a
touchscreen.
stick-on
It's
garage
touchscreen.
door
it's like
opener.
a garage door
touchscreen,
opener
right?
stuck on the side of the car.
The numbers appear through the trim. It's cool. It's touchscreen.
No,
like
half
my
of them
highway.
don't even do that anymore.
That's Lincoln.
Ford didn't do
Dan,
that.
that's like Lincoln.
Seriously.
Ford
the
is
buttons?
like,
Yeah.
oh,
buttons?
here's our button
Yeah,
box.
that's it.
It's literally
Glued to the side of the car.
It's
How
literally
much time
a
do I want in the microwave again?
yes.
Dan. It's a 5-button battery-operated stick-on garage door opener.
That has 2 numbers on each button, and you think that you're No, you're not.
Hey, well,
it's a 5
my-
digit.
It's a 5-digit hexadecimal code. That's
If
what
we're
it
gonna do
is.
that, maybe my car adopted something. My car will let you drive however the fuck far you want without the key fob.
So will the Ultima. I haven't found the limits of it yet.
I accidentally.
Mine
like-
will not. Mine
so-
screams
well,
at me.
I know. I pre-start my car
And
every
honks,
day.
honks.
Oh, this will just have a thing on the screen that says key not available.
No, mine honks, honks. It
No.
goes ha 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 ha. Oh
No,
my God.
mine does the key key not detected, and it goes away,
Yeah.
and it doesn't come back.
Oh no,
And
mine.
I did that one morning.
He left his keys at the house.
And you drove all the way to work, didn't you?
I start my car since I've owned that car, I pre-warm it and I let it cool every single day. And I did that once, and I did it before I got dressed, so I was in my fucking, I was wearing
Underwear.
gym shorts to bed. That's it. So I threw my keys in there and I
No,
hung them back
he
up.
put gym shorts on to go outside.
I did. You're right.
It's Dan, so that's a step up.
Yeah.
So then I got in my car, started it, and I hung my keys back up, grabbed my wallet, got dressed for work, all that stuff. Stopped at the gas station. If I stop and I'm going to be at the gas station for a few minutes, I always leave my car running. So I left it running, went to the gas station, got a fucking green tea, got a water, went in, drove to work, shut my car off, did my whole day.
Except you realize that the car would not probably shut off.
No, it did.
It'll shut off.
Yeah,
it'll shut off.
It will.
That's
did
it. You're not doing
I did
anything
my
else.
whole last day, and I go to leave for work, and I go to get in my car, and it's still unlocked because I didn't lock it. I pressed my button. I didn't listen for the honk. I just assumed like it locked. It didn't. I didn't pay attention.
Oh, see, you got the button mine
Yeah.
as soon as you put your hand on it.
No, and I went.
Shit, did my clutch go out?
Like, fuck, maybe my key fob battery died. And I went,
Where's my keys?
where are my keys? My car let me drive all the way to work. And yeah, it'll do that. So I always make sure to have my keys with me now.
That is such a squirrely Dan happen.
See,
Well,
I-
you know, like, my favorite one is, like, Top Gear covered the OG, not OG, whatever, I don't know generations for Camaros, 2010 Transformers,
Yeah.
that
Fifth
era.
gen.
You can get like 40 feet away and then it cuts off. And that's
So-
what they would fuck with each other.
So mine.
Well, it's like the Chryslers, where the guys would be able to, the key fob would let the car start from like 40 feet away.
Yeah, so like
So,
you could be sitting there.
they
your
move-
You'd
car
be
could
sitting in
there.
your living room and you'd hear your car start up, and somebody was driving away with your car.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what the
But
Camaro
it
was.
wouldn't shut off.
They did that on Top Gear at the diner.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the, with
yeah,
the
Hammond.
Camaro. That was with the Camaro.
No, that was
No,
the
it was,
Charger.
that was Hammond's Challenger.
Or Challenger.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Now, I gotta say, mine won't start unless you're in the driver's seat.
Same.
But with it, like, keys can be in, like, and I've done this actually not realize, because I get out of the car when I gotta open up my gate at work. I put my keys in the center console, so that way it's not honking at me constantly as I'm going. Yeah, it gets very
it
mad.
gets pissed off at you.
And
Mine
so
does
I've
too.
stopped at like the gas station to go get cigarettes and that, and every time I get out, I hit the button on the door, you know, to lock it. No,
Mine does
no,
that.
no,
That's
no,
what mine does.
no. It won't even do anything. You don't even see the lights flash and all that. My car will not lock if the keys are inside of it.
Yeah, and
I
like
am thankful for that because I would have been fucked so many times.
so mine does.
So many times.
That's what mine
Because
does
just
is
have
the
it as
beeps.
door closed, hit the button. Door
Yeah,
closed,
all
hit
the
button.
keys do
Dude,
that too.
I've
now.
done it so many times, and that's like if I do it and I'll shut it and I'll hit it, my car goes beep 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 beep. I'm like, oh, silly
Yep,
me.
no.
Keys are sitting on the fucking seat or on the cup holder, like
Yep.
yeah.
We got
I'm just
a,
saying, I am old school and I prefer this. You know, just a nice old keyblade where you turn a thing and it makes the car start.
You want to know something cool? Start checking.
His is even more cool. He's going to bring out the 2 keys for the one car.
Yes.
Oh, whatever. I got one key for the RV. Get fucked. Anyway, so my
You
car.
said 2 keys. I bring out 3 keys.
I got one key for the RV, but we're not going to go there.
We're going ignition, trunk, door.
Ah.
Nice.
I'm thinking that's because one of your lock cylinders came from a different car.
Door.
We're-
Trunk.
Yes.
we're going to go full Mazda. All right. So in a Kia, because you'll know at least, and you'll pick up. What do you do when your battery dies to start your push start car? What do
You
you
put
do?
it in the little socket or you push the button.
Yep.
Yeah, the Nissan,
Yeah.
literally you take the key fob and hold it over the button for like 5 seconds and then you just push the button
You
with
want
it.
to know mine? You want to know mine? You got the push button start. There is where normally on the base model focuses you have the
lock
thing.
cylinder.
We're the same.
Yeah. You pop that out. You throw your key
valet
fob.
key?
Yeah. Well, no.
My
There's
valet key.
I
does
do
it.
not have a cylinder in there. You pop that. You use the valet
Oh,
key to
really?
pop it off, and you shove the
So-
whole thing in there.
Okay, so mine's a little different then.
It just picks up like the signal from
Okay.
it. even though
No,
there's
that's
no-
actually not what it does. What it does
okay.
is
Mine's got an actual key cylinder
Yeah,
there,
no,
though,
I
and I
don't
put
have-
my valet key
No, I
in
So-
have
to
that to
start
unlock
my
the
car.
door.
that's
Really?
what, like the ones with the
That's
socket
cool,
for like, hey,
actually.
my fob went bad and I
Yeah.
gotta put it in the socket to start it. And then the newer ones where you push the button with the key, there's an electromagnet there.
Mm-hmm.
And
that
it
powers the circuit of that fob with like a wireless charger does.
yeah, because
okay.
the inside of your
And-
fob also has a
Yep.
magnet in there, and when you cross the poles, that energizes and powers up the fob,
And
even though the battery's
unfortunately,
dead.
I can tell you that the beginning to the part number for any of those cars is 95430.
You want to see mine?
Yeah, yours comes out the center like that.
Yeah,
I know my Fords.
And there goes that.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I take that out
See,
and
that's
use that to open up
That's
the door. If my
The way that opens is cool.
Ford key fobs are my favorite for all that kind of stuff. They are.
and I never
Ford
knew
does
what that
make the
was,
best key
and it's
fobs.
one of those. Seriously, when you look at that, you would just think that it's like you use that to like pull like the battery out and all that.
Even these.
Well, it's like Mazda.
These
variant.
are the most reliable, best button key fobs.
Let me get the Cobra
Ever.
one. Hold on, it's the same fucking thing.
because
yeah,
this one
exactly.
here-
So
So I have been using this since I bought this car in December of 2015. The battery's never gone dead. The buttons have never worn out. Even though the lines have worn off the buttons, this key fob has worked
Oh,
perfectly.
replace this
Looks like-
5 times.
And I guarantee you that this key fob has existed since 2009 and has been the only key fob used on the
Yeah.
car.
so
Because I got 2 key fobs with the car, and I picked the one that was already worn in a little bit.
Yeah.
well,
So
it's funny that you mentioned that. So I got my two here. The one that's heavily worn is for my car. This one is the CX-5. My car is a 2010. CX-5 is a 2016. I've replaced this battery for the CX-5 twice. Still OG when I bought my car, and when I bought my car it was 2015, I think.
This one once, my spare key for it, 3rd time it's already dead again.
Yep.
That's so.
It's
weird
already
how
dead
that
again. I just
happened.
went to
Both of my original fobs still have the original batteries in it.
That's
Also-
fucking nuts.
What's weird with my fob?
Why does it have the 2X button?
No,
For,
look at it. No, look at it. What's weird about it?
No panic button.
Yep. The base model Focus had a panic button on it.
That's the
The
weird thing.
STs for 13 and 14 did not have a panic button on them.
Weird.
That's the only difference in Mazda key fobs over the years. So, like I said, hers 2016, mine's 2010. Mine came with a painted exclamation point, and those other ones
No,
did not.
no, I don't have one.
You don't even
At
have
all.
Yours
one?
still has all the
So that
lines
2X,
on it.
that
So's my other
2X
one.
one is the.
Jealous.
So now, like I
Thing.
said, now this one here, one side of the loop is broken off.
Yeah.
The other one is
Anyway,
still fine, but
what's,
yeah.
what's going on in the chat? Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry, guys.
yeah,
we already,
we
I
need
tell
another
everybody
beer.
to pay attention, like talk in the chat, and we don't talk in
So
the chat.
he says, I think it was when we were talking about the keyless entry thing. He says, Old School Garage says his dually had that. And watching without sound, we're in a restaurant, is like watching a magic show. We're doing this. Ah!
Hey,
Who
what
said
about
that?
Adolf.
Oh, yeah.
what about the
Jeff,
Ford? What
yeah.
about the Ford PAT system? Remember
Oh,
that?
That's why the Cobra doesn't, like, the battery is
What do
disconnected.
you mean, remember
constantly.
that? I have that.
You still have PATs in that
That's
one?
This
what,
is a PAT system.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
That's what the Cobra is, too. That's
Yeah,
why I
my-
only have one key, because it's $300 if I can get the key made for
Yeah,
it.
my Mark 8, I was actually lucky that from the original owner, I got both keys and remotes for it.
You know that's how I bypassed everything on my fucking Expedition. You remember when I had that, the Eddie Bauer one? So
Also, Brian, go pick a beer. It's beer time.
Oh,
We're
well,
like really late on beer time.
Well, I'm gonna
so-
get just the actual beer that I brought. I'll let you guys taste the potential trash water later on.
Okay.
Although I might bring one out just to show the camera what the potential trash water is.
Okay.
but yeah, that was like gnarly with the Expedition, but I found the workaround, and it only works for the Expedition, I guess, which is funny. But
Yeah, no, that's why I only have one key for the Cobra, because it was, even back in the day, it was almost $300 to get a key made, because you had to get the microchip, they had to fucking program
Well,
all this shit, and I'm like, yeah,
like-
fuck that.
well, with the Expedition, like I thought that was the problem, and I did it, and then Ford told me, like, dude, we can't program it. I'm like, why? And they said, well, the only thing we can think of is your BCM is bad.
You mean your gem module?
Yes, and the gem module is what that is. So, I guess for a particular four-wheel drive Eddie Bauer Expedition, they're hard as fuck to fucking find. So I started doing more research, and I got, at the time, I want to say John is the one who helped me. John
Probably,
Ouellette.
yeah.
And he got me.
Because he's really good on that shit.
and he got me diagrams.
I'll try the trash water.
All right, so I picked this up the other day because I just saw Ultimate Wheat, and I'm thinking summer wheat beer, really good.
Whoa, this is a new one.
Hey, yes. So
Did
this
you
is
see-
from.
I was gonna say that thing went nuts.
So this is from Omission Brewing, and this is their
I'm looking at
Ultimate
it,
Wheat
too.
Ale, and it is their low carb, reduced gluten, blah 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 blah.
Something we know.
I'll take it.
And I was a little bit concerned with the enzyme they use in the fermentation process, so I decided to pass on this one.
Gonna do that.
Hint of bleach.
He said
No, seriously.
Smell it. That smells like it has bleach in it.
Oh,
So
I
I
don't
could
know if I want to drink this now.
so I could sterilize.
Cheers, boys. Let's
Yeah,
try it.
Hey, 5 years, do it like a shot. I poured way too much. Going in.
Brian!
Did I do it?
Yes, you did it!
Did I do it?
You did it!
Oh!
Brian, you have to just a tiny sip.
dude.
It tastes like peroxide.
I
Tiny
might
sip.
have to call
Tiny
poison
sip.
control.
Tiny sip. God, that's worse than the Michelob.
Oh my god!
Ultra
Oh my
Organic.
god!
He spit it out.
That's worse than what Dan brought. You
Wow.
brought something worse than Dan brought!
I brought
You're
the
no longer
ultimate
in.
trash water.
High five! Come on, man!
No, I need the other beer. I feel like I have like chemicals in my mouth.
It tastes like peroxide. It really does. Like I've had tooth infections where
Thank
I've
you.
swished peroxide diluted in my mouth. That tastes like fucking peroxide.
I'm using it as a swisher.
I agree.
Luckily, I didn't put it in
What
my glass.
the fuck was that?
Okay, so seriously, here, yeah, I was gonna say use a swisher.
So yeah, so that was
So, finally, Brian. Someone brought something worse than Michelob
That was
Ultra
bad.
Gold
Wait a minute.
Organic.
So before I even looked into this, what did I tell you on Wednesday?
That is gonna suck.
That it is a potential to be absolute trash, and it might possibly be worse than the.
Ugh, get it away. Ew. Get it away from me.
Here, I'll
Yeah.
put this in.
Put it over there.
No. Just dump that somewhere.
Ugh. Oh, it's sticking around.
You
Oh.
missed. You missed. Bounce the
Okay.
yard.
I don't care.
Ugh.
So
It's hanging around. Ugh.
here, banquet.
Ah, that's better.
Okay, so hopefully, yeah. Come on, guys, get your asses back in here. So anyway, so hopefully to make up for that, what I found here is Funky Buddha Tropical Floridian. We,
It's so bad.
and we did the original Funky Buddha Floridian back in the day, and it was
I
really
love that.
good.
That's a really good beer.
So this one says an unfiltered German-style Hefeweizen, bursting with tropical fruit flavors that shine bright like the Florida sun. Paradise found.
I'm excited for this one
And anyway, it says wheat beer with natural mango, passion fruit, and papaya flavors.
because I absolutely love the original Floridian. That's a great beer.
Yeah, and I haven't found it in a while, and I'm a little upset about that.
Really? ABC here has it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I was in ABC in Crystal River today, and it seemed like their
Little
selection
hazy?
dropped a little bit.
Gonna say ABC here at Everest has picked up.
Little hazy.
All right, well,
Yeah, it looks.
This
Ooh,
is
that's
gonna.
not
I think
good.
this is gonna be juicy
I
and
was gonna
delicious.
say, after that traumatization we all just had, we deserve something better.
Okay, but like I said, I did realize that was
Oh my
potential
God.
trash water, so.
Oh, amazing!
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's even better than the one I brought.
Oh, fucking
I
hell.
kind of want to Office Space that can
Whoa.
out there. Let's go out there and start kicking it.
There's
That's
five.
good.
Hey, there's 5 more in there. Knock yourself out.
We'll
Whoa!
use them for target practice with the pellet gun.
Dude!
We can do that later.
Whoa!
As
What,
soon as we're
what,
done with the show, I'm down.
We're target practicing.
what
those.
alcohol content is that?
Probably only
5.
like
It's-
5.
Yeah, it's 5. It's low.
Oh my
40 is
gosh!
normally that.
Oh my god, dude, that's...
It's like fruit juice.
Well, you've had the regular Floridian,
No, I
right?
have.
Yeah.
It's like that, but like more mango and like pineapple on it.
Yeah, the other
No,
was
it's
just
like-
the other
that's
was
like
just
5.2.
Yeah, the other one was just straight up Hefeweizen with
Yeah.
float. It's an unfiltered Hefeweizen, and it was a fantastic beer.
Amazing, yeah.
That's
This
like-
just kicks it up a notch.
It's like juice with the tiniest hint of beer. Did you kill it?
Yep.
Good. It deserves
So I
it.
will say, I did bring the trash beer, but I decided not to actually bring it for this. I decided to get this instead.
I
But
appreciate that. You
it
didn't
is
make my
still,
mistake.
it is still worse than the Organic Ultra.
I just told Sabrina, I'm like, she's like, how was it? I'm like, I'd rather have the Michelob Ultra Gold
That
Organic.
honestly was worse.
It smelled like bleach and tasted like peroxide. How do you do that?
They did it.
Ugh.
I feel like
Omission. Yeah. So
Well, no, I
omission.
feel like if you
Just
were to, like,
stop.
if you drank those, you would get sick physically. Like,
Yeah. So yeah.
I can
Omission.
Listen, I don't know what gluten is, but apparently it's what makes beer taste good.
It also
so.
what makes your dick
Like-
fly off, so.
listen,
According to South
I'll
Park.
drink straight alcohol.
According to South Park, your dick flies
I'll
off.
drink
of it.
straight alcohol that smells like rubbing alcohol, but that just
So does
that
Chris.
smelled
Hand
that
sanitizer.
smelled like I was poisoning myself. Like,
Yeah. So that was absolute trash.
Oh,
This,
my
on the
God.
other hand,
It's amazing.
This is
amazing.
amazing.
Yes.
And it's not just amazing because we had absolute trash beforehand. This is seriously.
no, honestly, I'm probably
Absolutely amazing.
I'm going to ABC to get some tomorrow.
Yes, they that's where I got it at.
An unfiltered German-style Hefeweizen bursting with tropical fruit flavors that shine bright like the Florida sun.
It's an extremely
Paradise found.
It's an extremely fruity Hefeweizen. Extremely fruity, and it's like it's good though for that.
So Old School said he's heading up to Pennsylvania at the end of the month. He'll try to pick us up some local brewery beers.
Thank you.
Other
yeah, Mike.
Actually, other than Yingling, I don't think we've had anything from Pennsylvania.
No.
So
Nope.
I think
No.
that's so. Yeah, that should totally be clear on our list.
Gonna say, let us know, Mike. We'll compensate you for it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah, we will. We got you covered, man. Thank you. So yeah,
And you know what we like, so I know he'll find some really good stuff.
probably. Yeah, that'll be
Hopefully.
cool. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And yeah, like I said, I'll be up in Gainesville next week, so I'll pick something up for next episode.
Yeah.
Although I did see something at ABC that I was also tempted to get, but I didn't because I knew I was going up to Gainesville. So yeah, it's
So everybody knows the wonderful beers that my brother-in-law gives me.
Yes.
And all that.
yes,
And
we've
you know,
sampled quite a few of them.
amazing ones and that. And you know that Pumpkin is one of his absolute favorites.
Yeah,
He buys
I've already seen like 3 or 4 of the Oktoberfesters hitting the shelves in bulk.
But
So
he buys case on case of pumpkin, and that's one of those. It's not like a pumpkin flavored beer. Like that, pumpkin is if you're going for anything slightly pumpkin flavored.
but
go with that one,
it's more like a Marzen than a full on pumpkin ale.
Exactly. So there's a brand new one out this year that Southern Tier did that he just sent me a picture of earlier. It's caramel pumpkin.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah.
Caramel pumpkin. So
You've said enough. I'm sold.
Most likely,
Yes.
most likely
Yes.
I'll be getting a
Yes.
bottle of that.
We
and
need that.
we'll be splitting that. But yeah, no. I told
So,
him like,
does
that
it-
looks amazing.
Does it say what the octane rating is?
It's most likely like regular pumpkin, so I'm gonna
I
say
love that
probably
we refer to that as octane rating, and I do publicly too.
8.6. That's what regular pumpkin
Mid grade.
is. Yeah, because it's an imperial imperial ale.
Yeah, so it's not 87, but it's not like Diver Down, which is 93.
Right.
Yeah.
And
well,
it's-
it's one of those like that's the great thing about Southern Tier.
And
is,
it's not like the aged beer that he gave us that was like Sunoco
I know,
116.
but it's one of those.
But that
where
Sunoco
age-
116 was amazing.
It was
and
race
that-
gas.
So,
But it was
that's
amazing.
The great thing that I've realized with Southern Tier is even with their higher octane stuff and all
They
that,
balance it really well.
you get really good flavor, you get all that stuff, and you don't get hit with just straight alcohol. Hit. Even their higher stuff, it's mild, and you don't realize it's higher.
I think I still have a Diver Down in my fridge that I think I need to just set free. That's probably gotten absolutely disgusting at this point.
Speaking of
Yeah.
octane and things like that, I was mentioning earlier to people out here and whatnot that the next step is confirmed and probably by Christmas time will happen, and Big Turbo is going on.
Woohoo!
along with his 3-port boost controller, so that he can kind of chill out the boost down the low RPM and then let it kind of run in with RPM, so he's not like making Uncle Rodney go, nah, I'm out.
According to my tuner, I should be going from, I'm at 300 right now, like 302 or whatever, going from that to 360 to 380 reliably. And over 450 foot-pounds of torque
Nice.
to the wheels.
Yeah, you definitely need to bring that boost in slower and farther up in the RPM range.
Lighter tires.
Your
I need different wheels.
Your mom commented on the on the TikTok video, and it goes, "Daniel's son." Daniel's son.
Nice.
Me and my ghetto antics.
I was
Do
like,
what I
"Yep,
can.
nope, that's Dan's mom commenting on that." I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah, so anyway.
Oh, and my neighbors that commented on the first
Yeah,
me driving
Jessica.
your car video, they
Yeah.
moved to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
I saw Kelly the other day who was making his last run. He was just leaving from making his last run, making the house. So, but yeah, I just did think that one was particularly funny. That the first person that commented on the video was my neighbor.
Yeah.
Mid-tier car spot. Geo Tracker manual.
My dad had a Chevy Tracker manual.
Female driven. Teal. In immaculate condition. With a purple, yellow, orange splash.
Oh, that
Geo
was so
brand
90s. That was so 90s.
spare tire cover on it.
Oh, that was so 90s.
And the car was clean, and it was 100% a manual. I was like, just appreciative, you know? Like,
Yes.
I'm glad to see that that's still
Good shit.
doing its thing.
Did you find it in there?
66 CUDA, driving by work. I've seen it every single day.
What
now.
color?
Dark green.
Okay, because there was
Oh,
there was a couple
No,
of them there
no.
that
Dark green.
Like the foresty
Yeah.
kind of green.
It seems like it might be a daily driver. Rain, no matter what, it's driving that, and then also for
Gutter
the
Boy and
last,
Skank called. They want their car back.
also
See
the
who
last
gets that.
two-
See who gets that reference.
The last
say?
Gutter Boy and Skank called. They want their car back.
66 Barracuda.
Gutter Boy and Skank. Oh. Yeah.
Fucking love that movie.
Fucking Wraith, the ghost
Man,
and it ain't cool.
Also, a 7-Up car. Has
Really?
been, the last 2 days has driven by work.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
Some newer people in the club moved down from New Jersey. Ex-cop Charlie Morris, him and his wife, or his wife actually, but Charlie found it. They found a twin to Gumball.
Yeah. Well, is that the same one? Well, I've told you about the one that's been driving by my work all the time.
It's not that one. They
It's
haven't
not.
been- no,
it's not. Okay.
It's not that one. They
Because
just,
you know, I've told you about.
but
that
like I said,
one.
this one has the same from the Triple White 93, the wheels from the Triple White 93,
so
just like
they're
Jackie's
off,
car
yeah.
does. But like I said, this thing it's got like 79,000 miles.
Is it
it's-
automatic or 5-speed?
5-speed. It's getting a new clutch because something is wrong with the clutch because it's the weirdest feeling Fox body clutch I've ever felt. So that was
Even with that.
Two Legs was going to do that yesterday. No, this thing, like as soon as you get in and push it, it's like just really, really hard all the way to the floor. But then the pickup point on the
Release
clutch
is-
is almost right off, like almost immediately off the floor is the clutch point. And it's not like a heavy clutch or a heavy spring or anything like that. It's like, so they put a new quadrant and a new cable in it, and it feels just the same. At some
Yeah,
point in the
that's
car,
clutch-
at some
that's
part, at
clutch,
some point
yeah.
in the car's life, though, the U-joint let loose and it broke the tail shaft housing on the transmission. So that's new. So Charlie's thinking that when that happened, it probably sent some shockwave up through and
yeah.
did something to the throwout bearing and probably to the clutch
Yeah.
fingers.
Right.
So Two Legs was supposed to be putting a clutch and throwout bearing and everything into it yesterday.
Yeah, that sounds like
Hopefully they
the
don't need a
fingers
water
on
pump.
the clutch.
Yes. So hopefully,
Because that's
so
what my car went in for, was all that, and then, hey, you're gonna need a water pump soon. 5 miles later, water pump.
and I pulled a Top Gear rules on him. I was like, all right, tow truck's coming. I got cold food in the car. See you later. Call me if you need me. Poof, and I was gone.
Can I call out a my favorite like car YouTube guy update?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so the guy I've been following, Robot Cantina, who's got the Predator V twin swapped Renault.
Oh, yes, okay.
Isn't
Yep,
that thing
yep,
actually
yep, yep.
making more power and going quicker than what the stock motor was?
I think
So
so.
Yes.
he's like just about there, and so what he has is because the Predator and the mounts he has set so high, he's got a CVT that converts to the 4-speed transmission, and starting off in third,
So like a go-kart CVT.
correct.
Because this is the same guy that did the Miata with the.
No, not the free valve, not the free valve.
No.
It's not
This
him?
guy, he's done a Saturn with a Kubota air
Oh, okay,
compressor.
okay, yes,
three-cylinder
yep.
No, the guy you're
diesel.
thinking of is the guy who originally built
Yeah.
the Formula One
Yeah.
car with a Boxster engine, but
And
he
that's-
also did the free
The
valve,
Freedom,
the
yeah,
Koenigsegg free
that's-
valve.
and that's still his most recent thing. He hasn't done
Okay,
anything new.
that's what I was thinking.
So
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
so it's like a
Sorry, neighbors'
60s
dogs.
Renault, I think, with the Predator 670
Wasn't
Harbor Freight
it like a
motor.
Dauphine? Like a Renault Dauphine or
I
something
think
like
a
that?
Dauphine, yeah.
I think it's still for me.
A Renault. A Renault.
No,
No,
No.
Don't
Don't
Chris,
make me
I know,
relive that horror.
Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
Just
That
say
can
that is
constitute the
Chris's.
F word.
That is
Don't.
Three.
Anyway, starting off in third gear to go to 55 miles an hour in third gear.
You gotta
he-
go to Nalt.
No. Dude, the CVT thing does wonders.
It was him, and he snorted.
He did.
That was a Wallina snort right there.
I'm sorry. I just
All right,
sorry,
so
Dan.
no,
you have the floor. You have- Dan,
no. I'm making this a game now. I want predictions from everyone, including you, Chris.
All
So, Renault, 1,790 pounds curb before he gets in it. The man probably weighs 200 pounds.
That's still under 2,000 pounds on the road.
Predator 670 cc engine from Harbor Freight.
Uh-huh.
Custom exhaust manifold with headers, and custom drilled jets for the carb, and a carb crossover pipe. So
So it is a V-twin.
correct, V-twin.
25 horsepower? Probably.
0 to 55 miles an hour.
Eventually.
And with his crazy CVT to
Four-speed
four-speed
Yeah, but you
transmission.
gotta think
But
about
18
that.
seconds.
But he's not starting off in first gear. He's starting in third.
18 seconds.
18 seconds. I mean, remember,
Wait,
we're
hold
only
on.
we're,
0 to
0 to 55 miles an hour. Remember, Chris, we're only like 20, 30 horsepower.
Yep, 18 seconds.
21.
35.
33.49.
Nice.
Now,
That's still not bad.
Kind of falls in the line with my first answer of eventually.
basing off that, let's dial back. Stock motor, no carburetor modifications, no exhaust modifications, nothing in that car. 0 to 55, what do you think he did?
48.
33.
Probably 25.
53.
I'm
So
God, I'm
he's
fucking killing
improved
this,
it.
man.
Over 20 seconds.
And he made
Damn.
it fat. He made it sound better too.
Probably.
Dude, Chris, if you go listen to this thing,
I've
like,
heard it.
Dude, it sounds like a sweet V-twin motorcycle. Like, and it's funny too because like he's like I could make it do the thing, and he's like all the captions potato. He's like, but I'm not. But no, like that Saturn too, like man, like he got
And no, you can't make those motors potato.
No, you can't. And
The problem is
that's what you
those
should-
are a twin pin crankshaft, not a single pin
That's
crankshaft.
exactly what he's telling you.
It's
He's
not
like,
a Harley
Yes.
engine. It doesn't have a single pin
He
crankshaft.
said,
It's
all
not
these
gonna
people
potato.
in my comments tell me if I just put a cam and do this, it'll potato. He's like, listen, it's a Harbor Freight engine. It's not gonna potato. He's like, I converted it to electric start. It's a pull start engine. It's not gonna. It's a lawnmower engine powering a car. But what's funny is like if he rips it from first gear, it spins the tires.
That is pretty freaking rad.
The Saturn was cool too, man.
Bro, Cars and Cameras is building a rail dragster based on
Yep.
one of those engines
And that's one of the
that
channels he
runs
mentions
fucking
all the time.
100 miles an hour.
That's
oh, yeah,
impressive.
That's the junior drags. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a junior dragster they built. It's turbocharged. It's a Predator 670 with a turbo on it.
Dude,
It dynoed out at like 60 horsepower.
Dude, that Saturn he got the Saturn. He got a Kubota diesel air compressor. Took the 3-cylinder diesel out of it, put it in the Saturn, and then he found out that a Suzuki, what is the little Suzuki? Not the Cappuccino, but the hatch.
The Swift.
No, it's like a
The OG, the original Swift was a tiny ass little car.
maybe it
hatchback.
was Suzuki Swift Turbo.
Yeah.
That turbo had the same exhaust manifold flange as the Kubota 3-cylinder diesel. So he turbocharged
So it was
it.
like a a T2 or a T3?
20-something millimeter. like
T2?
tiny.
Yeah, like a T2 flange.
And he put that on it and then ran it in the Saturn. And this thing made diesel turbo sounds in 50-something miles to the gallon.
Not surprising.
Top speed of 90 miles an hour.
Kind of surprising.
Still would do 0 to 60 in a respectable 28 seconds.
That's actually not that bad.
Not really surprising, but
with
kind of
all
cool.
with all the boosty sounds and made it to the Saturn MP3 5-speed. So wah, bah, bah, even with no power, it was still short gear shift, close ratio, and fun. And
Really good
turbo
for a long
noises.
sound.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta follow him. Everybody watching too. Robot Cantina. The man's he's got a 3D printer. He's a retired engineer. He's got lathes and he's got time. And he fucks with stuff. He did a supercharged 420cc Honda Insight.
Nice.
Yeah, like he's done all kinds of crazy, stupid stuff. Made adapter plates for everything.
Wasn't there somebody around here that was running an Insight with a J-swap in it?
Daniel.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
a K-swap. He had a K-swap with a
K-swap.
Roush
With the
supercharger.
Roush supercharger, and then he sold it because he was going to turbo it, but then he sold the entire
And
thing.
it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a K20A 2.
Yeah, K20. It was the K20. It was the hybrid shit. They
Yeah.
do the K24 block with the K20 head
Yeah.
with a.
Roush.
Like
It's
a
literally
Roush.
a 3-valve.
It said Roush on it.
Literally a 3-valve Roush
Supercharger.
supercharger on top. Yeah.
A full gut and nitrous.
That was an Eaton MP90.
And nitrous, full
Yeah.
gut, and hybrid battery,
And
delete
then he
all
was,
that shit.
Then he was gonna go turbo.
Turbo, and you never did
Shut
it.
Yeah.
So I
Also,
never go way over, but
before we go to the auction car, I just want to bring up what is y'all's favorite, memory from the last 5 years? It has been 5 years of us being just stupid idiots.
Okay, I'll be the
That
guy.
somewhat
Okay,
people
I'll be the
watch
guy.
us.
I'll be the guy to say it. Remember the time my wife was raping my
no!
Okay,
I
so
knew you were gonna
okay,
do it.
not necessarily my favorite moment, but by far probably the most memorable
A
because
strange moment,
his
really.
his old neighbor just sort of wandered into the garage one night and
Started
It
rambling
started-
at
yeah,
us.
It was
we
downhill
were-
from there.
Hold on.
Watch the R word. Watch the R
So
word.
we
for
we
YouTube.
were looking for a cat because his cat got away,
Right.
and then it just went into that, and we're like, "Buddy, we're live." Yeah, okay. And buddy, we're live. Buddy, we're live.
Yeah,
buddy,
we're like,
Hey man, we're live
live
on YouTube right now. Oh, okay. Anyways, blah 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 blah. But dude, we are live on the internet right now.
And he
Ah,
just
okay.
kept on
All
going.
right. It's
And
that
kept
thing
on
that
going.
happened in
And
Atlanta.
the
And
story
just
happened.
kept
You
on
remember?
going, and
My
kept on
wife
going.
got it in Atlanta, and we're like, oh, okay.
well, it's been fun, fellas.
And it's one of those, we're
Good
like,
night, everybody.
we're trying to do that. We're trying to shut the garage door, and he's just like, "Have you seen the cat?" Like, no, we don't care about the cat at this point.
We're like, all right, we're done. Holy crap! What the hell was that?
That was within year 1. And
Yeah,
I think
that was really early
one
on.
Of the most.
Yeah, that was really early on.
Then also, I gotta say, our 20th episode when I brought out all my fucking swatches
Yes.
and that, you had all the fabric swatches, you had the
Oh,
paint
I
swatches.
love those things.
I still have them. I can bring them out, but I'm not gonna do that. But it was
We need to sit down and do a video of those at some point.
I have so much of that stuff, and that's what people don't realize. I have
What
When
we're
I-
talking about. So, in case you guys don't know,
3
back in
binders
before the internet and before all of the ways that they show you new cars now.
Before configurators were a thing.
Right. So you would go to the dealership and you would custom order your car.
Literally
and
a
you would do that
5-inch
with
binder.
these configuration binders. They're these binders that they have, so they have all the color options painted onto the paper.
for every single
For every
car.
every color option is in there. The cloth and leather options for the seats.
that you can
And
feel.
velour.
And the velour.
and you can feel them.
Not just the seats, but
And
the
it's
trim, but the
actual-
trim that went on the door cards and the material for the
Actual
headliner.
samples of the materials would be glued onto this paper, and they were great. That was like the best thing ever.
It was. I
And
mean,
I
yeah.
have from 1982 till 91.
Yeah.
What's crazy
I
is
have
I've researched
I
and
have
like
three
looked
or
into.
four I think they're either 5 or 6 inch binders.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I want
they-
you to
all of
understand
that.
how much of a piece of history you have on that.
Oh,
Because-
I know.
And the
I
thing is,
know.
because
these-
nobody sells those.
And the
Nobody
thing is, and
has
these were
them.
not something that you could just go out and buy. These were what Ford produced and then distributed to the dealerships to sell their cars. And then when the model year was up, that thing was usually tossed. That usually may have sat around the bench for a couple of
they
years.
added on until you had a new model, like a redesign.
Well,
and that.
like
and
until,
mine
until
was
they were to the point where they like didn't need it anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and
it
then they
was-
would get thrown away. Nobody has them. I've looked on eBay. Like
I have
nobody's
'em.
selling that stuff.
And I got those for free.
Yeah.
I got those for free. Because that person knew I was going to treasure them just as much as they did. And goddamn, I treasure them so much.
And
I'm
honestly,
having a bad day, I go into the spare room, I sit on the floor, I pull those out, and I touch the thing.
honestly, that was kind of my favorite episode too.
I love that.
Actually, you know what? Some of my favorite
I
episodes.
spent
were
45
between-
minutes doing that. Like, this is page 1. It's like show and tell to the class.
Yes,
So I don't-
we
I don't
really
really-
enjoyed
So
that too.
I don't really think it was one specific episode that was like the favorite thing. I think it was just like the beginning of us trying this. Because
The
that
first couple episodes.
because that
were-
was the because that was the point when we really jumped into, okay, let's find some weird beers and try these motherfuckers.
Yep.
That was where it was. It was like, all right, let's go explore all the other beers that's out there. Let's go explore and see what we can find and see what's what.
Well, not even that. I still remember just the first time me and you sitting here, well, before the bar, and y'all
This is
have
the round
long-
table.
Yeah,
The round table.
The round table that's out there. If you're a longtime viewer, you'll remember the round table and that. Sitting here at the round table, me and Brian watching a Jeep Grand
Jeep Cherokee
Cherokee
getting
get
repoed.
repoed and that, and yelling and all that from the neighbor. And then we're just sitting here just talking about cars and talking about what videos we watched today. And then Sabrina was like, just stop. Just do something on your own because you guys come over here, you drink beer, you watch cars go by, and all you do is talk about what you saw on the internet today. And we're like, alright, cool.
And they was like, wait a minute, we don't know how to do this shit.
I'm like, I'm
But
not
the
doing it just with Brian. I'm like, it'll be stupid. It'll be just us.
Cripple and midget show.
That's
Can
funny,
we say that?
but,
Can we? Are we allowed to say that anymore?
we're enough into YouTube.
we already got
that-
banned. It's fine.
Listen, now it's cripple midget, discount Mr. Clean, and wish Aaron Kaufman.
Yes.
But it was one of
Thank
those
you.
two where we're sitting there, we're like, who else knows this? And I'm like, just instantly, I'm like, Dan. I'm like, just instantly, I'm like, Dan. I'm like, I know for a fact. I'm
Like, yeah, because Dan had your YouTube going, and he was like, well, Dan already has a YouTube going. He could probably get us in the right direction, and he's kind of like us.
Well, hi, beautiful. Bye, RV.
Go and
That was
and
fire
I'm
truck.
like,
That
I'm like,
was
me,
fire
I'm
truck.
like, me
Fire
and
truck. I can picture it as an RV in my mind.
I'm like, me and Dan have gone back and forth with so much stuff before. I'm like, and also we parked together in high school.
So he was
I'm
the
like,
so he
many
was the,
years
yes,
of videos
yeah.
of
yes.
So
forcing
Mike
this
yeah. So
together,
Mike
too.
was the one that suggested Squirrely Dan, and he's like, well, we should probably get one more just to round everything out. And I started thinking around. I was like, I don't think Two Legs would be pretty much into it. I'm like, wait a second, what about Chris? And at the time, I had no idea that you two were working together.
Yeah, and then like, oh, Chris, yeah, Chris, yes, Chris.
Not gonna lie,
Chris,
when we went to the Sebring trip, I pulled your name for the Sebring trip.
Yeah.
But by that time, Two Legs was like, man, I was like, man, what about Chris from the Kia dealership?
Yeah,
I was
as
like,
soon
he
as I
would
was told
definitely
me, I was
be
like-
into this, but he
Oh,
was like,
yeah,
he was,
absolutely.
Yeah, I was like, Chris is our people. He's the eccentric car lover like we are, and it would all work. And Chris is great, and I get along with him. Y'all get along with him. And we'll talk about weird zany fucking cars together. And bada bing,
well, no,
bada
I just
boom.
well, one thing that really made me think of Chris was because he joined our Mustang group while I was going through a hospital adventure, so he heard stories of me, but he had not met me.
But
So
also
then he
the
had
fact
his
that
own. He kind of built up his own mental picture of what I was, and I was completely not that.
Oh, absolutely not.
But the mental picture was freaking great.
Like the mental picture, I'm picturing this older dude, like, I'm thinking white hair,
No,
you're
I mean,
talking
he has
about
it
your
now.
medical
It's been that
conditions.
long.
And I'm
It's
like-
getting there.
and then
It's
I
coming
met
in.
you, and I'm
Fuck
like,
you, by the
okay,
way,
you
for
are
that.
nothing of
All of
what
you.
I imagined you to
all
be.
of you, fuck all of you, because not only is there
I
none
was gonna
here,
say when I met
but, like,
Dan
look
had
at-
hair.
Look at my beard. Even not for nothing,
Dude,
for you,
Dan, your
I feel
hair
like
migrated,
you're-
okay? It
yeah.
just went from the
No,
top of your
but
head
even
to
the
the
gray,
bottom.
like I think Brian might grow slightly gray from here, but I bet like I can
No,
tell your mustache too. All
mo-
this is
most-
probably brown.
Dark, and then gray.
You see how this is all gray?
Yeah, but it's
Listen,
one of those.
and no hair.
If it
remember
makes
when
you
we-
feel any better, like, I know it doesn't show
you
that
got
well,
the racing stripes,
but
though.
I'm getting the racing
Bro,
stripes
you're gonna be Mr.
in.
Fantastic. And
I
that's
am
fine with
so
me.
excited.
That's fine with me. You'll pull that shit off. All my shit didn't have an opportunity
But
to
it was
turn
the
gray
thing
and just
of-
fell out.
I met Dan while he still had hair.
I did
Hey,
too.
how long was my hair? How long was it? Do you remember?
Here, longer than mine at the time because I had a buzz cut. He had the shaggy
short-ass
hair,
hair, and I had long hair.
and now it's this. But
No,
no,
but I mean,
he
no,
had
like I
shaggy
You
hair.
think Mike was little before?
Oh God, I was small.
Man's was skin and bone too, like
was.
just tiny.
No, but like I
little
said, I
Why
mean,
do you
I
think
just
I won all those races?
but like I said, I mean, so I mean, it was like, so for me, it kind of worked out because, like I said, I'm obviously the old guy, you're the middle guy, and these are the youngsters.
I'm your dad. Well, no, you're my dad.
The other way around.
Other way around.
So the other way around. So
Sorry.
anyway, but no, it's funny, but
Good night.
you know, like I said, I mean, thankfully, you know, me and Dan hit it off perfectly,
Yeah.
and you and Chris hit it off perfectly. So everything was kind of like, all right, let's do this. So then we were kind of feeling it out, but then we were also like really jumping in feet first. Well, feet for you guys, foot for me, into experimenting with all these beers. And that's why I'm thinking it's just amazing that starting from where we did, we now have like 160 or 170 beer list going
We're
on.
up to 200 and I think 15
200 something. Yeah, it's like
something.
I've lost count
And,
because
like,
there's so many.
Our palates have all grown.
Oh,
fantastic.
absolutely.
Amazingly.
Except
And-
Dan, he still loves
Yeah,
IPAs.
fuck you. I love IPA. Anyway, also
Dan likes cat piss. What can we
Bearded
say?
hipster mistakes cup of cat piss
piss
for
for
well,
good beer.
also, like one of the best like things in my opinion that fits is, and like don't take this the wrong way, but you're an anomaly. And
I
not
know.
with your, not with your one-leggedness.
I
But you are a person, and like I said, don't take this the wrong way, but in your age group that like. I feel like you're more of a true car enthusiast than most people in your age group because of your appreciation for things.
Because you look at an older, like an old Gen X, like much older than Gen X, and you think I like cars that most of my brethren don't care for.
Right.
Like I said, because I'm like,
but you're madly different though. You're madly
so I'm
different from
4 years away from the youngest boomer.
Right.
Well, 5 if you want, depending on how you want to count it. So 68 was the last year of the boomers, and I was born in 72. So yeah, I'm like I said, as far as the millennials go, I'm on the older side of the millennials, or actually, the younger side of Gen Xers. But yeah, but that was the thing. But part of that is I didn't have a real car influence. Like my dad was into airplanes.
Right.
I gravitated towards cars. And so I grew up watching all kinds of weird-ass racing on Wide World of Sports on ABC. And then when ESPN first became a thing, I started seeing different kind of racings on there. And then you would watch like the Nashville Network, see Swamp Buggy Racing and Shade Tree Mechanic and like all of the, like Shade Tree Garage, like all of those OG kind of shows. And then also Hot Wheels, Matchbox cars, and Corgis. And the Hot Wheels when I was a kid is different than Hot Wheels now.
There was no JDM stuff.
Well, that was the thing, because like if you wanted foreign cars, Corgi and Matchbox was your jam.
Right.
If you wanted domestic U.S. market cars and muscle
You went
cars and
Hot
stuff like
Wheels.
that, you went Hot Wheels.
But still, you gravitated towards
But my like I said,
the worldly aspect.
you know, but also too like
and-
my first cars were mid '70s Japanese rear-wheel drive sports cars and Hiluxes
And the thing is, there's not many people like you in your age group that are
I know,
around, and it's
you know.
it's actually it's amazing that you're here and doing what you're doing because
But,
like so many people, like I said, like your group and everything,
they're into American muscle cars.
yeah. And but that's the way.
And-
No matter
and
what,
no matter what,
even if they
it's-
give you
yeah.
displayed everything in front of them on paper, factual,
No matter
presented by
what.
a
No
degree
matter what.
appointed scientist,
It's
they
a ra-
still will be.
it's-
That's
it's
a goddamn
race
nice Chevy 350. Like
it's a race
No, no,
rocket
and-
or something.
well,
like
oh,
that.
yeah, and,
that's
you
one
know-
thing I heavily appreciate
but
about
that-
you.
that's
and then you
why-
also bring that flair to us too because you know how everything is influenced in because you've watched it.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I mean, I
But-
grew up, but also too, it was also you got to keep in mind the TV shows and shit that I watched when I was a kid.
Right.
I was watching reruns of Cannon with his big ass Lincoln Mark III. I was watching Airwolf and Blue Thunder movies and Star Wars, and I was watching shows like The A-Team and The Fall Guy and Cobra And
those
you
trucks
know,
in Fall Guy. Fall
you
Guy
know,
trucks
like
were amazing.
you know, I was movies, Smoking the Bandit, shows, BJ and the Bear, you know, Gumball Rally, Cannonball Rally, you know, all of these crazy movies that are now like historical lore. This was my childhood,
Right.
you know. I mean, so things, you know, all kinds of things like that. I grew up with Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars and building model cars and playing with remote control cars. And just seeing, you know, I don't know, it somehow worked into this weird one-legged individual you see in
Oh,
front
it
of
was
you.
one of those that, like, the
Well,
way
it's 'cause it
we
happened in
became
the Honda.
friends was,
That's
like,
why
even though,
it bled into him.
yeah, it did.
It's possible.
You know, joined the Mustang Club and all that, but it was one of those, like, I mentioned something about a Skyline, and you were like, boom, and I'm like, you're the only other fucking person here that knows what a fucking Skyline is, and we just became friends from
And
that.
that was
We're
the other thing.
like,
Like I said, when I was, you know, like I said, when I was a
he
teenager,
adopted you.
you know,
yeah,
when I
and
was,
that's when he adopted me, and that's when
you know,
I
and when I
became
was,
his son.
but when I was a teenager too, I was also getting subscriptions to Road and Track and Auto Week, and also, you know, in high school I was in the library for a class, so I got to see all like the car magazines that were coming in.
Right.
And like I said, that's where I first found out about a Skyline. Is I read a magazine article about cars we didn't get in the U.S. and I'm like, holy shit, this is rad! I fucking want one.
Right.
And I still do. I just can't afford it, and well, it'd take a lot of engineering to engineer a transmission solution for me. But
So, Chris, what about you? Any input on?
I mean, I knew you before I even bought a Mustang. We ran into each other. We
Yep.
knew each other from, I saw him at Spencer's,
Yep.
and then at the Trim Face shows.
Yep.
And then Dan, me and you
Ooh,
went
that's
to
some-
school
that's
together.
That's some OG days.
We
right
went
there,
to-
fucking Trim
we went
Face
to
shit.
He lived,
WTI.
he lived in the house that we
Yeah.
ended up living
And
in.
me-
Right.
Like, yeah, no,
and,
we.
and honestly too, like at first it was like pretty turbulent, and then Chris and I kind of like came into an understanding with each other.
Right.
because
and
y'all
then-
are the same.
And yeah, then like kind of like it's like the fall in love kind of thing like that from there really.
are we friends now?
Right. Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yeah.
You better not touch my drums.
No, like we had a tiff whenever I was the assistant educator at WTI. Like we got into a spat.
Teacher's pet. God.
Well, no,
wow.
it was a job. I was
Wow.
actually getting paid
I
to
was
do
gonna
it.
say, yeah,
Jesus, I don't know what
that's
came
the
over
thing
me.
About, like WTI that's been fucked for a long time is like when you get to a certain point, it's like it's a job and you become responsible and you're not learning anymore. You're going to school every day, but you're like you're doing work. You might
Yeah.
make money off it, but like it's I understand that completely now. But anyway,
But
as you
and
were.
and
Sorry.
then we met with the Mustang Club.
Yeah.
You know, we met shortly after I bought my Mustang, which was the first.
After
that was the
and
first car I
completely
bought that
shattered
was-
what you had thought I
Oh
was.
God, yes. No, I had a completely different view of who you were in my mind because I had heard stories. And I like built a picture of who I was,
You're
and then I
basically-
met you,
you're
and
basically
they're like,
picturing
"You're
a
Brian."
vision
And they're
out
like,
there.
"This is Brian," and I'm like, "No, you're not.
He said that.
You can't be Brian.
He did say
That's
that.
not who you are. You're not that person."
I'm like, no, I'm pretty much me. This is me.
That's all me.
But, and then Dan was the one that approached me originally with the idea, and he said, you know, hey, we're talking about doing this thing. You know, we're gonna like sit and talk about car and taste test beers. And at the time, like I had just kind of started tiptoeing away from just drinking Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had discovered Shock Top at the time, and I was like, okay, maybe there are things
And their
outside.
pretzel beer.
Maybe there are not
That-
the pretzel beer.
Well, I just know you constantly
The
ask them to bring that back.
no, not the pretzel beer. I constantly ask them to bring back the Shock Top End of the World Midnight Wheat. Please, for the love of God,
Every single
please brew
post
it again.
Shock Top does.
Please brew
I
it
see
again.
Chris's comment at
I
the
do.
bottom of it.
Because they're always
Anything
talking
new?
about. I got older and I sold my S2000 for a Miata. Dan's taste palette left after the vid. LOL. Yeah.
Anyway.
You know, I had just started to really explore the idea that, you know, hey, maybe there are more beers than just Bud Light and
Shocked up.
Shock Top. And Dan told me about this thing you guys wanted to do, and I was like, oh, I am so down. Like, I am absolutely down for this. Let's do this, and let's have fun with it.
So what was your thought when Mike kind of sent messaged you or whatever and said, hey, what do you think about this?
I wanted to take it to the moon. Well, not wanted. I still like just like it's the best
We
thing.
still do.
Whether it's, like we all have said, like just doing this, putting a camera in front of us, like
We're gonna do this till it's not fun, and it's still fun.
it
Yeah.
sounds,
Whether someone's
and, like,
watching or not, and we've had episodes, have we not have
Oh, yeah,
episodes
where no one's
to
watching.
where
Where
No
one's
one has
watching.
watched.
And
I don't
even
care.
later on, no one
and
has
honestly,
viewed. And I don't care.
To me,
Yeah,
it's
exactly,
just,
yeah.
It's every other Friday night with the boys,
Also-
bitching about
yeah.
fucking cars and what's going on with the market and shit, and drinking some new beers and,
we
just
have fun.
relaxing together. And we also we talk about all our shit. Before the stream starts, we all talk about everything going on.
Yeah.
And
Days,
we
all
help
that
each we
stuff.
help each other with everything. We've had all this stuff that's gone on between us within the last 5 years. And
Yeah, we've had, between all of us, we've dealt with, medical issues and deaths and different changes in life and fires and
One of us moved away for a while, and then
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
back.
And then we
And-
rescued
and
you,
exactly,
and
it's
I
just
still
been-
have to say that weekend was,
And-
even though it was a cannonball up there and back, that was an
No,
amazing
and
weekend.
when you came
of
back,
just
when
that.
you posted the picture of you coming back across by the big Florida sign, it was
Oh,
like,
that was us that took that.
It was-
that
Yeah,
picture.
they
But,
took that
Yeah.
photo, and I posted it on TikTok.
but it was like, all
The
right,
boys are back in town.
all right, we're getting the band back
ready.
together.
Yep.
But yeah, but through all, like I said, through all of that, and then doing stupid shit like me driving the manual cars around the neighborhood here, and
I
which
mean,
was
even though we had to have Chris, for a while on Zoom, and I know you didn't like that.
I hated doing that.
I know.
I really did. Like, I wanted to keep doing the show. It just reminded me of how far away I was.
Right.
And also not for nothing.
But
like,
it was
and
one of
I
those
hate
we
to-
wanted you to we wanted you to be a
with
part
us.
of it.
Yeah, and that's like, I hate to make it sound like that and like make it sound like a tying thing or a stressful thing, but like, dude, we needed you here, and we all missed you, like so much.
I missed you guys. Like,
Yeah,
I want you to know, like, that
I don't know
time
how
up
to
in
work a
Savannah was
computer.
rough for me.
I don't know how to work a computer.
And we're still so glad to have you back. I
You
know,
know,
like,
but that was
and-
the thing. It was like the whole time. It was like but also too, like when you were up there, it's like, well, fuck. Chris ain't here. We can't do dumb shit just on the random, which we would do
Yeah.
from time to time. But also too, it was like, wait a minute, Friday night's coming. It's like, all right, he's not here, but we're still gonna get to hang out with Chris too.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
We
what?
gotta- we gotta get
We'll
back
see
into
Chris's
that,
floating head on the screen. We'll
that
be
group
all right.
Doing the random dumb shit.
And right now, it's too hot to go out and do random dumb shit.
Doesn't say
It's
that's,
too hot for tomfoolery right now.
doesn't say that's the reason why the one brake on the 86 still isn't fixed, because fuck it, no.
I have
Why
my
do you think my
fog light
lawn
harness
looks like
tied to
this?
my front
I don't
bumper.
even
I am
know.
really looking forward to, in the near future, by the way, I have this announcement to make.
Don't
Pints
do it till you,
Nope, don't. You will fuck it all up.
Trust
think
me.
it'll
You will,
change it?
you will
Alright,
fuck it all up.
Fair enough.
I've
You
had,
will.
I've had
Fair
that
enough.
happen before.
Brian
You're right.
picked an auction car at the last fucking minute, believe it or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
I will say this: him fucking it up the last time was both a curse and a blessing.
Of what?
Of you fucking up what you fucked
And
up. What
I-
he
and
was
I
what he was about to
actually-
fuck
and
up.
I actually know the person that bought that house.
Okay, now here's the thing. That would have been a whole lot closer to me, like just a stone's throw away from my house, which means I would have dealt with this fucker all the time. So I'm kind of glad he's here.
Right?
Makes my life a whole lot.
But also, I wouldn't. But if that would have happened, would Pints Pistons have happened?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
He said, I don't know.
I don't know.
Like I said, I don't
Full
know.
honesty and
Because he would have
transparency
killed me
about
by now. I would have been dead. It would have been
Well,
one
anyway,
million man.
With that- wait a
stabbed.
minute.
this. With that being said,
Wait a minute. Would that have been considered infanticide?
So, before we go into the Bring a Trailer car, do we want to bring up the one topic I kind of want to talk about tonight?
Hell
What-
yeah.
What's that?
The new Mustang GTD.
I
I
got
want
paid.
your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I gotta walk
got
away.
paid.
Yeah,
It has as much in common with the Mustang as a Mach-E.
So it's a body of a Mustang.
It's a GTD.
Everyone's left.
It's a GTD race car.
I'm right here.
It is. And
Going to his bathroom.
what is Ford thinking?
Well, this was enough of a cause to call Mike to go either take a piss or take a dump over there, and Dan somewhere over in the woods doing the same.
I want to know what Ford's thought
Dan,
process
remember,
on this
wide
is.
leads to white. Trust me.
Okay, so as an actual sales figure, the Shelby GT500
You think they made
is
it to
kind of a
sell it?
flop.
That's a homologation car, bro.
Okay,
Yeah, what Pisser out there just said.
and that's $120,000 car.
That's why. It's because it's a $120,000 Mustang.
And
Look at in a Lancia Delta
This is
right
a
now.
300.
It's a Raleigh,
This is a
homologation car.
$100,000 car, or a $300,000 car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, this
What's
is
This
this
looks
is
like a Mustang.
Well,
Because here's what I mean. Here's what I
it
mean.
does.
Listen.
It looks like a Mustang.
Listen,
I agree.
listen. Linda, listen.
I'm listening, babes.
If I paid $300,000
Yeah.
and bought one of those
Yeah.
and drove it to the meet on Friday night,
Yeah.
and someone who didn't know about Mustangs looked at it, they would go, Mustang, 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 Mustang.
100% agree. That's fine, but
I paid $300,000. My car better stand out. Somebody driving past that parking lot better go, whoa, look at that thing right there. What is that?
and the thing
problem
is,
is only the selected few will do that.
Multimatic, the company that's doing this car, already makes a car that does that.
It's called the GT4.
Oh,
It's the
fuck,
4GT.
Yeah, they do. Yep, and that's why it takes so much styling on from that.
Yeah,
believe me,
it's basically
and for
the,
that
it's-
money,
The only problem with
I love the car.
the only problem with that is that version of the 4GT that Multimatic is building is not road legal.
Well, and don't
But-
get me wrong, I love that car. That car's fucking gorgeous.
I
the
got-
GTD. It's amazing. But like, just the whole premise about it is.
Oh yeah, it's a homologation car. That
Yeah.
car's going to look a car that looks very, 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 very slightly similar to that one is going to end up at Le Mans.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
I
that's
do
but
love that
$300,000
transactional thing,
though.
Yeah.
How do you justify that?
Well,
the Multimatic 4GT is $600,000. That's not road legal.
Today's economy.
a new
That's
base
just-
model Corvette goes for $110,000. So
Oh,
And
speaking.
that car is
You
a wow
get a Corvette
factor
for
car.
$118,000.
Okay. No, the base model's not that much. Well, with the ADMs, it might be. Speaking of pricing. By the way, just so you guys know, a little PSA here. You know, the prices of cars are rising, and
Terribly.
interest rates are rising,
Terribly.
and those combinations make it so very difficult for people to go out and buy new cars, even with long-term 84-month financing.
Yep, they're doing 90s now.
And in other news, Ford has decided to drop the base model of the Bronco, and now the Badlands version is now the new base model, and it's $4,000 more than the old base model.
On to the Bring a Trailer car! Cars and Bids, Bring a Trailer, Cars and Bids, Doug DeMiro. Quirks and features.
Yeah, this is a quirks.
Wow.
This is a quirks.
Wow. Why'd you have to do that to me before we, like, why?
This is a quirks and features car, and the reason, like I said, and again, the reason why. Here's the thing.
Ooh.
It is such a pain in the ass to save pictures off a Bring a Trailer now.
No, that's fine. I don't care about it. You pissed me off with the Bronco. And I'm upset. Like, internally upset. And, like, battling own fights within myself.
Okay,
and I go
hold
off
on.
the seat
Why
with
be
myself.
upset? You were never going to buy one.
Yeah, you're right, dog. I don't want to fucking talk. I don't want to
You know why you were never going to buy one? Because nobody gets to buy
No.
one anymore.
I don't even want one, dude. I love my CX-5 and my Speed 3. I want to
No,
fucking
literally-
fucking...
A friend of ours ordered a Bronco
Oh
the
my
day that they first opened the
fucking
order banks for
God.
it, and it took him 2 years to get it.
Right.
Is that a fucking
Fuck the
Acura
Bronco.
Legend?
If I can't have one, fuck it. I don't want it.
But
And that's how I feel about the Bronco. That's how I feel about the Maverick.
My neighbor bought one because someone didn't buy it.
You know why somebody didn't buy it? Because they custom ordered it, and when it got there, they went, "Yeah, we'll sell you this car, but you're gonna have to pay an extra $20,000." And you know what?
wrong.
Fuck you.
Is that a fucking Acura Legend?
That is. This
A
is
coupe
Fucking
that I'm looking
Acura
at right
Legend.
now?
This is a 1995 Acura Legend L Coupe. One owner until 2023, 47,500 miles, California owned and unmodified.
Longitudinally mounted 3-liter V6, but it's still front-wheel drive.
And it's a 4-speed automatic.
Yeah, buddy.
So this one is in a Granada Black Pearl, which is like a Tuxedo Black. Does have a
Look at
few.
those runners.
It does have a few little paint imperfections here and there.
Look at those runners.
J30, right? 3-liter?
Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
it does have some paint imperfections here and there, but
One of the most underrated fucking J series, and it's got fucking full from the factory front sway bar on the top, anti-roll bar.
Sorry, I'm
fucking-
just seeing. Dave
Oh,
in the
I
corner
love
of the
Legends.
picture just,
No,
like,
I
dancing
love,
around.
dude. You got me going, bro. The Acura Legend is like one of my favorite Acuras of all time.
What's the
actually.
rapper that still has his Acura
Ludicrous.
Legend?
Ludicrous.
yeah, that was the
Yes,
first new car that he bought.
300,000 miles on it.
Yeah, that was the first new car that he bought. Okay, I have to ask just as a sidebar. Speaking of rappers and cars, has there been an update on the Pickle Rick 240?
I don't think so. hasn't
No,
posted any, at
T-Pain's
least.
been pretty quiet about it. So
Because I really want
Which I'm wondering if that
must
means
mean
there's
legal
lawsuit.
things are
Yeah.
happening.
There's
Yeah.
a lawsuit going
Yeah,
on.
Look at
there's
how
a
clean
lawsuit.
that fucking Legend is, bro.
Other
So-
than the carpet being dirty right there, the thing's mint.
So this odometer on this Legend currently displays approximately 47,500 miles. Carfax history does contain a gap from 2016 to 2023, although it shows no accidents or mileage discrepancies in a given time period.
Badass.
It also shows registration in California since new. Factory equipment includes 15-inch alloy wheels, leather upholstery, Bose sound system, truck-mounted CD changer. Remember those?
Yep.
Air conditioning and more is
One of my
detailed below.
Explorer.
No modifications. Yeah, 3.2 liter V6 rated at 230 horsepower and 206 foot-pounds of torque, and it spins front wheels through 4-speed automatic overdrive.
Look at that fucking thing. There was such a that was honestly,
It says scratches and dings on the exterior, paint damage on both bumpers and on the passenger side molding, basically like shopping cart impacts, basically, is what it looks like. There's a shit ton of pictures on this thing.
I don't know if we mentioned it in that like video we did where front wheel drive cars should be rear wheel drive, but this is one of them. This car should have been rear wheel drive, but fuck
Yeah,
me,
if
does
I
it look
recall
good.
that episode, I
I
think
think we might have mentioned this one.
I think my answer to that question was all of them. Again, that's another one of my weird perspectives that I bring.
And this is Cars and Bids, right?
Yes, this is
Right,
Cars and Bids.
I got a price already.
So curb rash on the wheels,
I'm going
tires
last
are
this
aged
time,
and need
by the way.
replacement. Some creases and wear on the front seats, but honestly, I looked at the pictures of those seats, and there's nothing wrong with those seats.
No, those seats look fucking gorgeous.
ABS warning light illuminates intermittently, so I'm going to guess that's probably a fluid level sensor that's acting up.
All right, boys. Come on. What do you got? I already got my price
Seller
locked.
notes that the
Mine ain't
stereo
moving.
powers on, but only produces a buzzing sound, which means the factory amp has let out the magic smoke.
Hold on, you said 47,000 miles, right?
Yes, it has 2 keys and all the owner's manual. It has a bunch of receipts and stuff too that was in the pictures.
8,000.
So the seller purchased this Legend in April 2023. Has added approximately 400 miles since.
You said 8,000?
8,000.
I'm gonna go 12.
I was right around Chris. I'm 8,500. Because like I'm thinking like between
8,000, 8,500, 12.
I honestly think between 8 and 9 is going to be it. Me and Chris are going to be right in
I'm,
that range.
I'm
to
probably
be
I'm
honest,
probably
I think.
over on that, but
Final answers?
Yep.
Everybody in?
85, 8, 12.
$14,100.
Holy
Wow! Again!
Hey!
Jeez, yeah!
In the Acura Legend.
What is that, the
It gets
MSRP of
love
the
it
original?
deserves. No,
probably.
those were damn near $30,000 new.
Those were
I think it was
expensive
like
cars. I mean,
26 or 28
those
new.
were.
I mean, that's impressive.
Like I said, that's a
Yeah.
1995. So I mean, when you
That
talk
is
about
impressive.
prices of cars, that right there, that was approaching Lincoln Mark 8 and Cadillac Eldorado territory.
Well, and that wasn't a car that was like obtainable by a lot of people. Like not obtainable, like they wanted to get it because they never had like a crazy sport option or manual or nothing like that. And did that
And they
the
looked
14
really- they
on
looked-
Cars and Bids.
they
Yeah.
looked really good though. Like I mean,
That
I
means
know
that
you
would have
could-
went for 30 on Bring a
I
Trailer.
was just thinking. That.
Yeah.
You know, but honestly, like I said, that was the thing with the longitudinal V8. That's one of that or
V6.
V6, but that was one of those cars that really should have been rear-wheel drive.
Yep.
Because when you look at the proportions of it,
It's so weird.
because
too.
rear-wheel drive cars have a pretty good amount of distance between the front axle center line and the base of the A-pillar. Front-wheel drive cars, everything is squished together because the front end, the engine overhangs.
and that's also they traditionally are a transaxle with
Yeah, so like I said, so that's when you typically see a front-wheel drive car.
Unless you look at the Cadillac Eldorado, where
they
you
use
got a
them
big
weird ass
block with
fucking. It's a
chains
weird
and all that
transaxle
shit.
that's got like
Yeah.
a. It's like
Or
longitudinally
like
mounted
the
with,
little
a
Toyota, or
differential
like the
front and
83
drive
Corolla
shafts.
that I had that was longitudinal front-wheel drive. But
Yeah.
that was also because they also did a wagon that was four-wheel drive
Yeah,
at
and
the
it's
time.
like the not the Starlet.
The Starlet was rear-wheel drive.
No. What the hell was that Toyota boxy wagon? Tercel.
Yeah, the Tercel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Corolla Tercel or Tercel
Yeah.
Corolla.
But
yeah,
that thing and all that. Yeah.
But anyway, on that legendary note,
I
how'd
see
you
what
like that?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
On that legendary note, it's been 5 years, and guys, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. We've
And there's
done
going to
this.
be 5 more.
I can't wait.
Plenty.
for that.
I don't
Hope you
mind,
guys
bro.
are ready, because there's going to be 5 more of those.
And
Okay,
more-
so I do have-
more- yes,
Whether
more
someone
crazy shit.
watches or
or
not,
not.
I don't care.
We're over here. Buying
Okay, so I have a question for you. Since I did withdraw the other trash water beer, like from the actual beer tasting, and just figured I'd throw it in there to let you know that I did do that, do I put that on the list or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We
It needs to go
tasted
on the
it.
list.
Okay. I will do it.
Also, I know she's on the couch and she won't come out, but
Our manager, Sabrina.
I want to say thank you to her.
She is the one that told us to do this.
She is kind of our manager.
And she feeds us.
And she's mom.
Sabrina, get out here.
If she says no, it's fine.
Sabrina said no.
That's
No.
fine.
But-
hey, everybody, like, put something in the chat for Sabrina. Like,
Or,
Seriously.
or better yet, go on the TikTok page and find the latest video that Mike put up and put a comment, thanks Sabrina, or something like
Yeah.
that.
Because
Seriously,
seriously,
She
like,
was
I know
she was the one that told us to
She
do it.
makes this all possible.
Well,
Yeah.
I know she's my wife, but besides that, she was the one that put it in
No, she's
me
mom.
and Brian's head.
She's Pints and Pistons
Well, she
mom.
was the one that put it into me and Brian's head to
To do
start
it.
this. And besides that, like,
She feeds us.
well, yeah, but she's
She's
just,
Pints and Pistons mom. Like I
and
said.
she also knows when we're drunk enough to help us out. and
Yes,
all
that's-
that
that's
stuff.
true.
And she helps
She
us.
she has
places
she
and
has
all
she
that.
has it arranged for some designators for us,
Yes,
and
yeah, and she just always makes sure that we're here.
oh, and the other thing
that.
and one of the things that did sort of lead into the trying the new beers kind of thing was the beer fest that we did in Crystal River.
With
Because
her.
with her, and that was, we all decided to do that, and just for
And
the
that's
fun of
where
it.
we found out Hawaiian Lion, and me and Brian killed
Killed
a
the
keg.
keg.
of that.
But that was when me and him like really kind of we just looked at all the weird beers that were there, and we're like, all right, we're here.
Let's
we're
do it.
We're trying all
We're
of them.
starting here. We're going
just like-
around.
We're trying all of them, and that's when I found out that A, I don't like IPAs. B, there were
I'd
some.
rather have an IPA
There were
versus
some of
a
the-
barrel aged.
There were some of the barrel aged beers that we were going back.
They're rough.
To
We
the
were going.
IPAs.
We were going back to the IPA as a palate cleanser.
Yep.
So it was like, okay, I like this style. I like this style. I don't like this style. This. Why is this even here? Why does this exist? Let me go back to this to cleanse my palate.
And then we found Hawaiian Lion, and they literally filled up solo cups because they're like, "Yeah, we're done. Here you go." And we're like, "Thank you."
We killed the keg.
So,
And then,
yeah.
and then from there, like I said, and also experimenting with new beers and just looking for a different place that
Yeah.
had different beers. Pine Street
Yeah.
yeah,
and
no,
Mug Club, and
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, like I
becoming
said,
Mud
so-
Club members, and that helped us out a lot because we would try stuff there and then find it in the
yeah,
store.
we would find it and bring it here. And then now it gets to the point now where it's like, I almost wish we had started a list just for the shit we've tried in a pub somewhere that we haven't tried on the show. But sometimes we did. We would find something at Pine Street or somewhere else and be like, oh, that was pretty good. Holy crap, I found it. Let's bring it for the show.
Yeah, but I also gotta say,
Nine State.
going to the pub was also where we found our biggest supporters because also of Dan, and Dan was the one that introduced us to Celtic Conundrum,
Yep.
and we have supported Celtic Conundrum since Dan introduced us to them.
And they're some
And
of the
then
best fucking people
yeah.
we've ever
They're-
met.
they're
they
fantastic
have-
people.
Like they are our number
Hey,
one
shout out
supporters.
Sandy and Gene because
They're actually-
you two are like the backbones.
Oh,
I know that-
amazing! And they're
I know
actually
Brian,
currently
too.
they're
Little drummer
currently-
Brian?
Yep, they're currently at Market 48 right now.
And,
Oh.
and
Doing
Pam,
one.
and
Yeah,
Pam.
Pamela.
That's always a
Pam
fun.
will be fucking ripping the banjo
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Okay, guys,
I can't wait to see
if
you
you're
all
if
coming
you're
again.
anywhere in the area, if you're in Weeki Wachee or Spring Hill or Brooksville or anywhere nearby,
Like Central Florida in general.
if Celtic Conundrum is playing at Marker 48 on
Go.
50 in Weeki Wachee,
Go.
it's a
Gotta go.
it's a fantastic time.
It's great.
Like I said,
I've
Marker
been
Any,
to
40.
a pub
anytime,
and Irish
anytime
music.
you're able to see
See
Celtic
them,
Conundrum,
Celtic Conundrum, they're fantastic.
Yeah,
Like,
Celtic
we
Conundrum Pine
follow
Street.
them.
I own 3 of their albums,
Yeah.
and their albums are amazing too. They have really good studio work, and
Oh,
whoever
amazing.
produces everything, like and mixes all the sound.
that's
is
their
fan-
daughter.
Yeah.
Their daughter.
Oh yeah, she, of
That
course.
does that. And
Of
if
course,
you listen
and
to
she's
any
just
of-
as musically talented
Oh,
too. We've seen
no,
her play
she-
live several times.
Way
so
musically talented, and
Fuck
if you
yeah.
listen to the last live album,
I didn't realize
you
that she's
can
one
hear
that did that.
you can hear us yelling. Woo!
But beyond that, I mean, like I said, but it's literally just a good time.
Yeah.
And like I said, when they come up to Pine Street, when they see me, they're like, "Gene's just ready for me now." He's like, "All right, what's he gonna do now?" He's like, "All right, here we go."
Which also September something.
I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah,
We'll be there.
September something.
I'll be
is
there,
when,
too.
I
when
mean,
they
you know,
come out
even
Pine
in this
Street.
hot ass weather where I really don't want to sit outside,
I don't mind sitting because we get to hang. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like I said, basically, if you go to a couple of Celtic shows and you start seeing them regularly, at that point, you're not going to see a show. You're just going to hang out with friends who happen to put on a show.
And if you're in the right area, you'll probably see us there.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, guys, thank you for joining us for our 5-year anniversary so much.
That's amazing.
We'll be back in a couple weeks, and we're going to be back with more antics, more,
Everything.
yeah, everything.
Oh,
But
there was
ma-
one more moment. Jason's pool.
Oh, at our wedding?
At your wedding?
No.
Dude,
When we did the show over at Jason's house, and he came out, he was like, "What are you doing on my back
Oh,
porch?"
yeah,
oh, that was a solid
That was
night.
great.
That was
That
awesome.
was awesome.
Hey,
That
what are
was
you
awesome.
fuckers doing on my back porch?
We played that
Oh
one
shit!
well.
Stop the
So,
stream.
I also have to say, check us out on TikTok, Pints and Pistons on there, Facebook.
Instagram. Believe it or not, we do have an Instagram.
Yep.
It's been a while since we posted on it, but
check
it is
out our
there.
merch. It should be in the description.
Hold on, do we have an Instagram?
We do.
Yeah, we never posted it. It's fine.
Okay.
That's okay.
I
I think the last
check
couple.
all that out.
I think the last couple Instagram posts were stuff that I did, which is weird because I'm not even a social media guy.
What?
True. Hey, you can do that.
Do it. That's
But
fine.
then
Anyway.
besides that, pintsandpistons.net, that's our merchandise website. We have wonderful stuff there. Hey, who knows? We might do
You can get T-shirts, coffee cups, beer mugs.
We might do a % off here coming up. Who knows? Maybe next week we'll do 20% off. We can do it.
We
Let
have
us
we
know.
have the power.
Stay tuned and find out, guys.
Yep.
And have a fantastic night.
We'll see
Bye,
you in
guys.
2
See you
weeks.
guys.
Bye,
Later.
guys.